Good morning, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around
Where's
the world.
your little note from mommy? You late. And you didn't call. So that means you have to twerk today.
Okay.
Alright, Derek's gonna twerk today.
Actually,
He's gonna humiliate himself in front of the three viewers that we have.
I told him that you were gonna twerk.
Derek,
Okay.
you're late with your intro. Not right
Whoa.
now. Not in my face. Not so early.
You didn't say we.
Oh my lord.
That's gonna go viral.
Wow. Alright.
I got a follow up to your video of the guy
Okay.
with the 132-pound scrotum.
Well, we got that story, and then we have some other story. We actually have some good news this morning. I want to spread out, but before we go there, Derek, why don't you finish the intro?
Yes. Thank you. Good morning, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the morning roast for Tuesday, October 29th, 2013.
Your odd day,
Yes.
odd couple day,
Yes, a couple Tuesday, yes.
and as
Twisted
Bluto,
Tuesday.
Twisted Tuesday.
yeah, and as Bluto, aka Sinbad, said, two heads are better than one.
one.
Two heads are better than one.
Two heads are better than one.
Two heads.
Good morning, sacred fiend. Isn't that great?
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Just
Okay, you see, good morning, Eve.
Take my advice.
Sweetheart, you got a show on? Did you put your link up?
She did. She
Just
put
keep
it.
putting it up occasionally. These people don't see half the shit that's on the screen. They may miss it. Kind of like what happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
And let's promote the show, but you gotta make it interesting. I'm not gonna go to a music channel because what's gonna happen is if I put it on the computer, all I'm gonna do is hear it in the background. I gotta be interactive, so I want to know what that's about. All right, we gotta also talk about Skyping maybe
Yeah.
to each other, so it works out better. All right, good morning, Yirak. Yirak Wildcat with us this morning, right, Derek?
Yes, right.
All right.
Thank you, Urag, for the pictures. Thank you for taking my pictures for acting jobs.
You say that with such enthusiasm. You say,
Thank
hey,
you.
Yirak, thank you very much.
Just
for
want to
the
say
pictures.
thank you.
It's
Just
like,
want to say thank you.
Yirak, thank you for the pictures. You
Well,
kind of miss
little
it.
people.
You kind of miss the point when you say it that way.
Well, he's
I
gotta-
want to tell you a story.
You're welcome. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, he does. I look at Herb this morning, and all I can see is that ancient TV show Zoom on PBS.
Zoom,
Yeah.
zoom, baby.
Actually, we're gonna zoom on Zoom. We're gonna zoom on Zoom.
Do they still put that show on TV?
I didn't like that intro, actually. I like, you're so used to Sesame Street.
Yeah.
That's like a song that you sing, and then Zoom.
I like some of the
Kind of
people on
annoying,
there.
wasn't
I
it?
like some of the people that are on there. I'm Bernadette. This little thing.
That was the
This
show.
little crazy.
Who else did they have on there? They had Bill Cosby, no? No.
Oh, you're talking about Electric
Yeah.
Company?
Oh, the Electric Company. That was
Yeah.
an intro.
Yes. Now, see, yeah, Bill Cosby was. Yeah, we know about Morgan Freeman and Rita Moreno. that was on there.
And Bill Cosby.
Yeah, he was on there the first season. Then
Right.
then he left there to do
Then-
Fat Albert.
It's so funny on these PBS shows and these kiddie shows that you see mostly on PBS. Remember they had George Carlin as the conductor
Yeah.
on Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
the train,
Thomas the Train. Yeah. And then they had Ringo Starr for a while.
and then they have Ringo Starr. I think
Yeah,
it was.
so beautiful.
All
I
right,
gotta
correct
pay-
me if I'm
I
wrong.
got
It
to
was
pay the bills
Ringo
as well.
Starr was first,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was George Carlin.
Carlin, yes.
But the idea of having George Carlin
Oh yeah.
on a kiddie show.
Yes.
No one should ever be offended by. No one should ever be offended by what I do,
Uh huh.
and no one,
Oh,
no
'cause
one
you got
should ever
George
be
Carlin.
scared.
It wasn't like he said the seven. He didn't say the 7 words you can't say on TV on when he was on Thomas.
Well, yeah, it would have been great.
What a
Come on, little kids, come in the room. There was a movie about that where the clown, he used to tell the little kids, tell your parents to leave the room and then sit down and talk and read some sexual stuff to the kids. That was on the boob tube or the gloob tube or the groove tube.
The groove tube, yeah.
The groove tube. Yeah. You like that face of the man who laughs?
Oh yeah.
That Anthony put up?
Yeah, it's the Joker.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm the
Speaking of
man
which,
who laughs too much.
I saw The Dark Knight night before last on I think TNT.
Yeah, it was up.
Yo,
I saw it like 4 times.
I was trying to find out from Saibuki if he was affected by that storm. Like 220,000 people were without power.
Mm-hmm.
Did that storm affect you, Sai?
I'll watch that movie. It's called Stitches. I'll look it up on YouTube. I can probably get it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably get it up.
Yeah, I'll get it up. Didn't you have a role in HR Puffin stuff?
HR
What was
Puffin
that?
stuff.
Oh man, there's a story behind that. HR Puffin stuff. Remember Witchy Poo?
Yeah,
Witchy Poo.
that chick was ugly.
Well, believe it or not, we had a teacher that I, as the class clown, will call Witchy Poo. And everybody laughed at it because she looked like Witchy Poo. So one day, she calls on one of the kids and she's asking him a question. And for some reason, he let it slip. Yes, Miss Witchy Poo. And everybody busted out laughing because it was spread. Somebody else let it out. I didn't. Even though I was the one always calling her that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would tell my friends, yeah, Miss Witchy Poo, whatever. They knew that I called her Witchy Poo. But somebody else said it to her, right to her face.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so, yeah, I was, what the hell was I on Sigmund? I used to like the big-headed HR, Puffin stuff.
HR Puffin stuff.
Pumpalupicus, whatever his name was. What was his name?
HR Puffin stuff, that's
Yeah,
what's his name. HR Puffin stuff.
What if there was subliminal weird messaging behind all that?
Well, all of them had big, huge mushroom heads. I'm thinking maybe they did
Good
eat a
morning,
lot of
Zappa.
mushrooms. Maybe they ate a lot of mushrooms. You don't know.
He did look like a mushroom.
Yeah, big mushroom
There's a
head.
time when the Allman Brothers were around.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of mushroom right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yes,
good
indeed.
morning, good morning.
HR Puffin stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough? HR Puffin
Let's
stuff.
get that
You
in.
can't do a little 'cause you can't do
That's
enough.
like a Beatle version.
Once upon a summertime, just a dream of
That's beautiful, Ed. Let's
Yes.
pick that up. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Japan says, you two look like DJ Jazzy Jeff in the Fresh Prince circa 1989.
We do dress horrible here, Megan. This is the style.
Yes.
You're supposed to clash. That's the same band.
one banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas, 4 bananas make a bunch of so many more. Over hill and highway, the bananas go.
Is the kitty show.
Like I said, Twisted Tuesday.
Yes.
Alright, so they were running around like fools, like in a carnival, but, you know, those big monster things that you just can't look at sometimes.
We're more entertainment than news. We give you news entertainingly.
Yes.
Right. We give you
Entertaining.
news entertainment, not entertainment news.
Yes, well, yeah, what they said, yes.
Something like that.
Well, it is 50 degrees here in Macon, Georgia. It's, I guess the sun is trying to come out.
Wow, who cares? It's already the fall. I like this kind of gloomy
The high is supposed to be
setup for Halloween.
79 degrees and the low 54.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit warmer than it was last week because it was close to freezing last week.
Well, this is a week that on television you see every couple that's having sex get killed by some maniac, wielding killer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going to see on TV. Or you're going to see people eating each other. Right?
Oh yeah, because it is
like
Halloween.
zombies.
Yeah, because it's actually been all month long on AMC and Sci-Fi Channel.
And they're going to give these horrible stories of people and maniacal babysitters, or they had something called Obsessed with Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that movie?
I've seen that movie when it first came
Well,
out.
and believe it or not, I didn't know that she could barely act. She was pretty good in
Yeah,
that.
she was very good. I actually saw the movie because of she was on there and Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Because his character was named Derek, and she was,
Angry Dwarfs. Shut up, Mom.
Yeah, I mean, because his character was named Derek, and Beyonce played his wife, and just to hear Beyonce say my name, even vicariously through Idris Elba, was kind of cool. It's like, Derek, you just so hot.
That was really creepy. That woman was forcing herself on this black guy. It was great. Seeing exactly what goes on around us.
Uh-huh.
That's what it was like. Totally obsessed with the black guy.
Yeah.
You wish you had that.
Oh, yeah.
Some girl
Finding herself on me,
obsessed on it.
Yeah, obsessed.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
Jose,
it's nice.
do you mean angry zombie dwarf? Shut up, ATT. Don't answer it. That is funny, though. All right, so, we got some good news.
Okay.
And it really is... It shows you that although kids today are killing each other and blah, 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 and a lot's going on with them for some reason, that they're out of control at this time in our lives more than ever. It's nice to see that there are kids that are doing something for each other. It's good stuff.
Okay.
And Rashid Little was president of a senior class, a drum major, and a leader in the ROTC at Twiggs County High School. This is Twiggs County. It's a county right over next to us. And but all that changed 2 months ago when Little was involved in a serious accident that left him with a broken collarbone, fractured ribs, brain damage that made it difficult for him to communicate. His mother, Nicole Brooks, says she initially thought her son was deceased. We went down to the scene, and actually when we got there, we thought he was dead. The EMT guy said that he thought it was a fatality. Ratchet spent weeks in the ICU and 3 weeks in the medical center of Central Georgia, DS, where you go. He made it home October 18th. His medical bills quickly began to pile up, and the routine procedures costing of about $3,000 each.
Right.
And then it goes on. This story is worth going into detail. So Rich's band director, fellow students of Twiggs County community, stepped in to offer financial assistance. I couldn't believe that a student I was so close to was involved in such a drastic accident, said Ernest Stackhouse, director of bands at Twiggs County High. Rashid is beginning to speak again, and that he is thankful for his community support when it comes to Stackhouse. It feels good, Rashad said. I feel honored because he was the top, and now he looks at me as a role model. There we go. This is a wonderful story of a community coming together for just a good guy who had a horrible accident.
Yes.
There you have it. So it's not so horrible on Halloween.
Exactly. I was hearing about that story, and it's like, it's really sad, that, bad things happen to, good people. And, you want to help them out whenever they get in that type of situation.
Yeah, I mean, anyway. Yep. Well, thank God that people still come together. People still know how to love. Even here in Macon, you find good people.
Yep.
or in Middle Georgia, as I should say. Here in Macon too.
Mm-hmm.
There are some great people in Macon. I mean, you have the givers, and in all situations, there's always that yin and yang, rather wing and wang, yin and yang. And we have our givers. We have DS is a giver, Yerag, all of you. Plastic. You all givers of people.
Yes.
You know, we got them right here on our show. We got 3. Those are the top 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Nordschnack, she sent our new banner. And people give, people love.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
still love in the air. Right, Derek?
Right. Speaking of which, I talked about that run and die 5K run that they had where people were dying, the color dye that they were splooshing on the folks and stuff, and they had a little dance party. There was also another 5K run. All About Animals had All About Animals hosted a 5K run also this weekend, this past Sunday.
Which should you like better, Derek?
Ugh. Jeez. That's like
Ed took one of the ugliest shots I've ever taken. And
that's
the
way
only one
too
he
early to
uses
shock
for
people like
everything.
that in the morning. I mean, that's like
Find a better picture, Millie. Will you please, Ed?
Ugh.
Oh my God.
That's like flipping a coin to choose whether you want to get hit by a bus or hit by a train. It's like, jeez. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh man.
Yes, ATT, I will do that. Good advice. That the world, that is Worldwide TV or Worldwide Earth. You have good people and bad people. Surround yourself with good people and stay away from bad people, but pray for them. Absolutely. Good morning, Anthony. That's one guy.
Yes.
Right there. That's good people and bad people. He's the yin and the yang.
He's his own yin and yang.
Running around. The yin and the yang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, this past speaking of which, like I said, there was also another 5K race. The show All About Animals had an All About Our Angels Unity 5K race.
Wow.
The race and walk was not only remember the 3 pit bulls, Butler, Jack, and Flapjack, who died, but raise money to help the physical and emotional recovery efforts of the other dogs, the 15 who were injured. A burglar did thousands of dollars in damage by breaking into the facility, opening the pens to dogs, and having them fight to their deaths. Despite the tragedy, race organizers say it's events like this that shows the resiliency of not only the shelter but the community. And like I said, as of Sunday, the reward for the information regarding what happened to those animals had jumped up to $18,000. All pledged by various organizations, including Crime Stoppers, PETA, the Humane Society, and the United States and Society and other local donors.
Finally, you see, the hearts are coming out, even amongst all the evil.
Yes, and the case is still under investigation. Right? Yes,
we got a lot of superheroes in this town. Think about it.
Yes,
that's great. I mean, come to think of it, yesterday I had a lot of comments from some of our chatters that I had a red face and I looked angry. Yeah, maybe I was. But today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
And, 2 heads are better than one. Yesterday, I had a different head than today. Today, I'm relaxed. I'm happy. I'm resolved. I'm going crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever that means.
I said that yesterday, but your face isn't red today, and you seem relaxed. Thank you, ATT. Yeah, the check is in the mail. That's what it is. Shut up, Anthony. All right, same here. Okay, yeah. Red face, is that a racist to the Native American? Yeah. It's red face. He's got a red face. Look at that. Yeah, he's not even a black guy.
Good,
He's more
bad,
like a
and
red
lost.
guy.
Yes, yes. You're a legend.
Hey,
in your own-
Redskin.
You're a legend in your own mind, Ed. Thank you for the intro.
Sinbad.
Actually, that's Clint Eastwood. But I'm just
Anyway. Hey, Anthony, I love that picture of the original Joker. I've been using that. And I also went to the Bing site that has all the other pictures about that character, that movie. And yeah, I wanna stick with that. The man who laughs.
oh yes,
Right? Is that right, Anthony? The man who
the
laughs?
Joker.
Yeah. I told you guys that there was an idea. The idea was from, I put it up as a post. I've been advertising. I stole your idea and used it as a Morning Roast post. But I gave you credit for it. As though, yeah, whatever. The Riddler. No. The Riddler was somebody else.
Gordon something.
No. The original character, the Riddler, came from something else. Did it? Did it come from that? I guess I guess the Riddler and the Joker are the same guy. Maybe that's the Riddle.
No,
Maybe that's a joke.
Riddler had the question mark thing on there. Question mark. The Joker had a suit. Onward, my noblest steed.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Hell. You think that was Photoshop? Yeah.
It had to been.
Hell no.
No, that couldn't happen. It's ridiculous. Like
Jeez.
putting a car on his back park.
You know, that actually looks kind of similar to a time when my friends were riding bikes and stuff, and my buddy Peavy came by to visit me, and I ran into my cousin Richard, who was also riding a bike, and my tire, we got intertwined, or at least our bicycles got knocked off and stuff like that.
Crashed together
Yeah,
with him?
I crashed into his back tire, bumped into my front tire, and I kind of went upside down, and my back tire from my bicycle landed on his back tire.
Wow.
It's like it went from the front, boom, and then I almost
Caught
like,
on camera, morons crash.
Yeah, if
When
they,
morons crash.
it's probably a good thing they didn't have phone cameras back then, because it would, because I know that would have went viral like an outbreak monkey. It's like,
Wow. So you had some serious accident. Wow. And then you just had one with the car. What's going on with you, Derek?
well, they are like 25 years apart. I'm
Yeah.
just,
It's like riding bike. You just don't forget.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember a kid hitting a house at full speed. Well, that was what, on America's Funniest Home Videos, or did you really see it? Or maybe you think you saw it.
Wow.
Oh, really? It was on his bike. It was me. Okay.
ATT sent I think ATT sent a
Thank you,
story.
buddy.
Sent a story, I guess.
Yeah.
From I guess it's from Alaska.
You guys are funny today. Stop spitting them out. We need interaction here. Talk,
Yeah.
speak.
Basically, is that wind gust from 100 miles per hour knocked out power from Wasilla, Alaska, to Hope, Alaska. This is back yesterday. It knocked down several trees and cutting off power for thousands of people from the Matanuska Valley to the Kenai Peninsula. A gust of 106 miles per hour recorded in Bear Valley on the Anchorage hillside, with 105 mile per hour gust at Glen Alps.
This is Sarah Palin country.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's used to having her lights knocked out.
By
Yeah, this is so her. That's who I think of when I think of that storm. Knocked out the lights. Yeah, like Sarah Palin. Knocks out your lights to ever think that she could ever be president of the United States. I mean, you talk about a joker. That's a joke.
Wow.
Yeah.
They said that another storm is supposed to move into the region
Stand that woman.
Tuesday evening, sometime later tonight. According to the National Weather Service meteorologist Tom Pep, it says people should expect gusty winds and precipitation, he said, but not as heavy as what they saw Monday.
Yeah, wow. Weather's been crazy. They just had an earthquake. We didn't really talk about that in Japan, another one.
Mm-hmm.
But that one, they say, was 10 miles deep. I never knew. How many miles? Well, I guess it's 8,000 miles across or some crap.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth, the globe, something like that. Sarah Palin, Barack Obama. What's the difference? They're all puppets, yes. Just like HR puppet stuff.
At least we know Obama graduated from college, but that's a whole other story.
Anthony's no puppet. He's the puppet master. He's the puppet master. He's the one that has the hand up their butts, making them talk. Right, Anthony? Irv, she was mayor and governor, but Obama was just a community organizer. What's wrong with community organizers? That's actually getting people together.
ADT, Sarah Palin.
That's actually working.
Sarah Palin, she was governor of a state that has about that many people. I mean, their rival. I mean, there's more people in the state of Hawaii than there are in Alaska. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Actually, just not even like there's more people in just the island of Oahu than there are in Alaska. I mean, come on, please.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I should be more qualified for her running for president than she was, because I was school vice president of one of the largest high schools in the United States. Not in the city of Macon, not in the state of Georgia, but in the United States of America. I should be more qualified to be run for president than Sarah Palin. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Why don't you?
What's he saying?
Doesn't pay enough.
Anyway, our state is not in
only
bankrupt.
$400,000 a year. Nah.
ATT, I don't know where you're going. You're going left field. First, Ibuki says he may have his hands up their butts, but he has his head up his own. His own butt. I would have said it differently. I would have said, but he had his head up his ass. I would have said that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I've seen this.
I would have said it in plain English.
A cool black man versus a pretty woman. That's a tough race. Mom says. Oh, man.
Well, anyway, what else is in the news, Derek? Hold on. We talked a little bit about...
Well, there was some story. I just got some breaking news. There was authorities say that the school bus driver has been taken to the hospital after the bus of another vehicle collided on the highway south of Atlanta today. CBS Atlanta reports that all southbound lanes on Old National Highway were shut down at Flat Shoals Road in Fulton County shortly before 8 a.m.
Wow.
The bus driver sustained a broken leg in the crash, and a person in the other vehicle...
So while we were starting to show, that whole thing's going on over
Yes,
there.
exactly.
It's not kind of like there's a bear shit in the woods. There are car crashes and mayhem going on while we're on live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit happens like that.
Yeah, the bus driver sustained a broken leg, and a person in the other vehicle had to be freed from the wreckage. Few details were immediately available on other possible injuries, and authorities say that there were children on the bus, but it hasn't been known yet if any of them were hurt. There will be, I guess, further
We'll
updates
be
on that.
updating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, there you go.
Yes.
Yummo, ATT, is an Alaskan pipeline still producing? Is the Alaskan pipeline finished, is the question. I think there's that pipeline is kind of short right now.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tower. Yeah, DB Cool Runs. Yes. This is Jamaican jersey. Yeah, I got it from.
Yeah.
Actually, I got this from a yard sale years ago.
Is this what you were looking for, Irv?
Say again?
Yeah,
there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Jamaican bobsled.
Hey, you did that pretty good, Ed.
Yes.
We gotta put that out.
Funny and creepy at the same
I'm posting it
time.
right now.
Yeah. Post it. I'll use it for the morning roast.
Mm-hmm.
For advertising
Oh, yes.
on Facebook.
Can you know what the roast is
Okay,
The roasters with the mostest.
Oh, yes.
the pipeline runs from the North Slope to Valdez, Alaska, Irv. Do you mean the pipeline from Alaska to Canada to the lower 48? Yes, whatever. Whatever, I know it doesn't run all the way into the U.S. or it doesn't run as much as it should or it could. And that whole pipeline thing is a big political stalemate. There's a big political stalemate with that whole Alaska pipeline. And I, too, am concerned. All we need is some terrorists in the middle of one of those deserts that they put this pipeline through to put a bomb or some shit. I mean, I'm telling you, that's got to have security. That's got to be dealt with in a way that is kind of like building the Hoover Dam. Where America does great things. But can America do great things anymore? That's the question. That pipeline, are they going to build it where nobody could blow up half the United States with it? Or some mayhem called, some, Exxon Valdez, one of the greatest ships ever, still had a flaw. The Titanic.
Yeah. Big flaw.
Yeah.
And
so
plus,
far, Hoover Dam's holding up.
Plus bad weather.
We don't know.
Plus,
Yeah.
bad weather kind of helped, kind of worse.
And the nose is starting to fall off Mount Rushmore. You know.
Actually, there was there was a piece of gravel. The face, actually, the head came off of the man in the mountain in one of the
That's
states.
right.
Recently, earlier this year. That was a crazy. Speaking of some crazy situations, I think that you told me earlier today before we started. You said you had about the man with the 132-pound scrotum that you.
Yeah.
Well,
How good is it? It's so early in the morning. All right, we're going to talk about the man with the big 132-pound jumbo scrotum.
Set of balls, yeah.
Yeah, and they have an interview with him. Are we going to show that?
I don't know if we were going to show that.
I thought we were. Hey, yeah, we're going to show that interview with the man with the 132-pound scrotum, his interview. Anyway.
So basically, yeah, because I guess you could play the video there, but I'll just preface it. I guess this could pretty much qualify as a wing dang doodle of the hour, literally and figuratively speaking, you might say.
Well, if it's cut off, it's wing dang.
When you put it that way, yeah.
Yeah. This guy had a defect, kind of like elephantitis, where his balls were almost bigger than an elephant.
Yeah.
Or he looked like elephant or something.
Yeah.
He didn't look human.
So you have the video of that, right? I'll go ahead and preface it.
All right,
Basically,
we're gonna do the video. Check out the serious interview about a man's scrotum.
Yes.
Make sure I got it.
Yes.
Get it.
For basically the guy, Wesley Warren Jr., the man with 132-pound scrotum, guess this. He blames the healthcare system for having a huge nutsack. Seriously. Can you believe that?
Wow. Good morning, Irving. Yes, man. Obviously, I have one of my fans
roll
here.
that footage.
Probably a Christian.
We go ahead and roll it.
All right, here we
Too
go.
long and drawn out, so I stopped it. But you want the picture? I got a picture.
Yeah.
Irv wants to see the big nutsack.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point. You're just
That's-
looking
that's
at
the
this
height of
big
his
fat
mind.
guy talk about his 132-pound scrotum. But everybody in their mind says, I want to see it.
Go for it.
There we
it
go.
is. There's
That's what he looked like.
tiny dick hanging. That's right.
Ugh.
There we go. And
Hey,
this,
hey,
he used,
hey,
look,
hey.
look, even his balls wore a hoodie.
Look, he's got fucking propped up on a milk crate
Yeah.
with a pillow.
Now, see, that's a good target for Zimmerman right there.
Ugh.
Have a
Man,
hoodie.
you had to. Ugh.
Just shoot the guy. Just shoot him off.
Jesus Christ, you got big tits too.
That is unbelievable.
Ugh.
Yeah, the boobs are, they grow, they're more gross, you're right.
But that's
Yeah,
sad
belly with all that.
when your nutsack is bigger than your
Ugh.
gut. I mean, what do you do about that? Jeez.
He's got a lot of moles on his stomach too. Ugh.
That's probably his pubes.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just.
Anyway. Yeah, that's
please
Derek
don't
in
let that
30
be.
years. That's you.
Please
Actually,
don't
he does
let that
have a resemblance.
Please don't ATT. Please.
Yeah.
I don't want that. It's look. It's
Get a
already.
hooker and chuck
It's
it
getting.
out.
It's too close. Too close to Halloween. We don't need more nightmares. I'm just saying.
Oh,
It's-
Lord.
wait,
All right, well, good morning, everybody. There you go.
There's 2 days to Halloween.
That's
You
our
should
wing
have
dang
that.
doodle of the day. The 132 It's old news, but it reminds you, you know, how serious you can come down with something. I mean, like you said. By the way, that happened to me. Well, it didn't get that big, but I had my scrotum grew about 5 times the size during my heart attack. That was
it
a
132
sign
pounds?
when I had to drive to the hospital. Literally. And it was so painful. Oh my God. And once I got to the hospital, they had to, you know, give me some ice. And oh, it was awful time. Awful time. So that happens with something to do with the blood. So you guys don't think and look at your nutsack like it's some pretty thing. That thing can gross out on you overnight. Right, Anthony? See, but Anthony's, it would take a long time for it to be really big, because you saw that little cup he had. Yeah, there we go. I'm glad you're awake. Even if you were turned away at some places, you should be able to find one that would see you. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe he was waiting for it to reach the growth of his nuts. Maybe it will reach the
I don't
size
know
of
why,
his penis before then. You know, he would have been the guy with a 80-pound Bozak. Yeah.
Who the hell knows? All I know is that they couldn't find him. If you watch the video or his documentary, the doctor's like, so where is it? They're all standing around and they're like pointing and saying, so you think it's in there?
Yeah.
Like they were confused.
A scrotum that knew too much.
They didn't even know how to handle it.
Only on the Sci-Fi Channel.
How do you handle that? Now that
Very
doctor had
carefully.
real balls to attempt that surgery. That's for
yes.
sure.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
The Force will be with yes.
I would be Bella the Ball.
Usually
That-
Sleepy Valley suggests
Bella the
something.
Ball.
What you mean, paint it white and something like that?
Well,
Dang,
I could
man.
dress like Humpty Dumpty. I'm about to
Stench.
do
Ugh.
Dead, Jim.
that. Anyway. Oh,
Unless you're gonna put on a wheelbarrow or something like that and dress the wheelbarrow as a wall. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
I'm mugging it.
all right, I'm gonna look at your name, R3B3LX, and I'm gonna call it Rebel. It looks like Rebel. Rebelix. Or Rebelix.
Yeah.
Or Rebel X.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Good morning.
Yeah? Yeah, Rebel X. See
Rebel
that?
X.
That's it.
Shall we play a
Yeah,
game?
she got a cute picture on there.
Hello, yeah.
I bet you that in real life she's big and fat. And this is a fake picture of, or maybe it was who she used to. Yeah. She's also known by another name. She's been around for years. Yeah, I figured that.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Thank you.
All right.
Sidney Poitier, Hollywood legend.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
And AIDS Basil.
Well, let's see. You age gracefully. You're 90, damn near pushing 90, man.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
know, really, that's true. By the way, we got a lot of world news going on, but there's this NSA thing breaking out with Obama and stuff. And but we'll talk about that in the next segment. Derek, bring that up. Middle Georgia,
Oh,
sex
yeah.
We
offenders.
got 5 minutes to break.
Okay.
All right,
Here's
this
a
is
crazy
good
one.
news. I mean, good news for Georgia.
I guess if you think that.
It is. I'm glad.
It says, while trick-or-treaters are ringing doorbells on Thursday on Halloween night, more than 300 Middle Georgia sex offenders supervised by
Hear that, Anthony? Stay home.
more than 300 Middle Georgia sex offenders supervised by parole and probation officers will be subject to extra restrictions, keeping them away from superheroes and princesses collecting candy. In Bibb County, 130 sex offenders with child victims will be required to report to the Macon Probation Office from 5 to 10 p.m. Thursday, said Ficky Lee, Chief Probation Officer. Lee said 35 sex offenders in Peach and Crawford counties who have also have child victims will be reporting to the Fort Valley office during the same prime time of trick-or-treating hours. So they won't be in the community. They'll be over there. While at the probation offices, offenders will meet with probation officers about their cases, so it won't be wasted time. 10 more sex offenders in Bibb County and 3 in Peach and Crawford counties who do not have child victims are required to stay home with a 6 p.m. curfew. They're barred from decorating outdoors, decorating their houses with Halloween decorations, and must keep porch lights turned off.
I wouldn't be walking around in a Spartacan outfit right now.
No. Not good. Especially in this world. Even in this world.
At all. And nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that leaves your costume out, Anthony. But you could do the clown. The Joker. Remember the clown?
Yeah, the Joker.
The clown was hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get the penis costume.
So they would all be able to be in a big room having an orgy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Clayton Sutton is in charge of cleaning up afterward. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
also it says although 340 of these registered sex
that's
offenders,
a lot.
Get back in here.
In Bibb, Crawford, Houston, and Peach counties will be
That's
monitored.
a couple of
Halloween
buses.
nights. Yeah. Another 227 who aren't incarcerated or under parole or probation officer supervision don't have any special restrictions.
Keep them away. You know, that would be a Horrorween.
Mm-hmm.
Horrorween.
Yes.
To have one of those perverts loose doing something to one of the kids, God forbid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's keep them locked up. Put their probation officers on overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Have those son of a bitches on the street hounding them. We're right here. Because these guys are so manipulative, they know how to sneak out. They know, that's all they think about. They're diabolically trying to think of figuring out a way to go and do no good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
It's
we're
going
gonna
on
do
8:59.
today's Daily Bread Temptation, yeah. Alright, we're gonna break. It's 8:58, we're about 2 minutes off.
Yes.
Give us the weather, Derek.
Yes, it's 50 degrees outside in Macon.
Go ahead.
You thought it was 9 o'clock already?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Well, as I said, it's 50 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. It's somewhat sunny, at least for right now, with a high of 79 and a low of 54. So it's going to be much warmer than it was last week when we were close to freezing.
It's going up. The temperatures are going to hit 80 and then shoot right down again.
Mm-hmm.
This is the flu season, folks, so don't forget to get your flu shot.
Mm-hmm. I already got mine when I was in the hospital.
Those of you who are paranoid about getting your shot because you say that it's made of eggs and all this other crap, and it causes some kind of problem in your system, just stay home, like these perverts. Stay home and stay out of everybody's way so you don't either spread it or get it.
There you have it. Well, it's going on 9 o'clock right now, so don't go away. Do not touch that remote control or that computer mouse. We'll be right back after this
Can
break.
I touch mine?
Well, yeah, you can since you're controlling the commercial break. Yes.
You know the Saudi Arabia, how they don't like women driving. They don't let women drive.
Yes, they have because they don't allow them to drive. Yes. So you have video.
All right.
Like
Wow.
I said, entertainment.
Yes, indeedy. Definitely entertainment. Whoa. Welcome to the morning roast.
I have no gas.
Can you
I
smell what the roast
is brewing?
Yeah, that was great. Rando 68. There you go.
Yes, indeed.
That's what we're all about.
Funny as, but if you notice, he has the 3 Z's. So what are you saying, ATT?
He's saying it in a
Funny as.
video. No, it's not Sleepy, but.
How old is this movie? I don't know. That was out.
1999.
There we go.
Yes.
1999.
Mr. IMDb.
Exactly.
Yeah, we go to sports right here.
What was the rating? How many stars did it get?
Huh?
What was the rating on it?
I don't know.
Make
that
something up, man.
Well, I think 3. I don't know, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
It did win 2 Academy Awards for, I guess, special effects.
I wasn't a big fan. I mean, I saw it, Matrix. I saw it. And, I used to like that the guy used to melt and come out and all that shit. But, yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
I did kind of like
It's kind of like Ghostbusters and all. I love Ghostbusters, but once you see it one time, it's enough. It's like one of those movies.
Yeah.
They play the Ghostbusters now, like every Halloween. Actually, it's now out.
Oh,
They
yeah.
play like all 3 versions. It's 3 versions, right?
Yeah,
They played it out.
Yeah, they only had two Ghostbusters films.
Oh.
1 and 2.
And the second one was absolutely horrible. I know. It was like,
They
like
should've left it
it's
first.
like everything else on Saturday Night Live. They could do a skit and it'll be funny, but when they stretch it out
And run it to the ground, yeah.
and they run in the ground like they did with Pat and they did with some other characters on there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, personally, I think they never should have made the sequels. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like Highlander. They should have just been one and done. That would have been it. I mean, there's some things you just shouldn't even make it into a franchise. I mean, no matter how good it looks, no matter the special effects.
I wasn't a big fan of Highlander either.
Highlander? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I liked like the original Sinbad with who was the guy? Famous blonde actor. Somebody throw it out there, Anthony. The original Sinbad, Doug McClure.
Oh, okay.
Doug McClure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of Sinbad the Sailor, but I have to admit, even to this day, when I hear the word Sinbad, I don't even think about the sailor. I think about the comedian Sinbad. For some reason.
Could you imagine? You know what? He should play off of that and actually do the movie
Sinbad the Sailor. Yes.
See if he can act.
Have a wisecracking, trash talking pirate, but don't they have that now with Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean? That'd be kind of redundant.
He lost all that weight, so he's thinner now. He's kind of creepy looking.
Yeah.
Sinbad.
Well, for some reason, when he used to have that big red fade and stuff, big high top fade when he was on A Different World, Sinbad, the comedian that is, for some strange reason, I always kind of thought that he just always reminded me of Foghorn Leghorn, You know,
Really?
yeah, the rooster from those Looney Tunes. I say that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
You can't tell. I mean, he looks like he was morphed to be a white guy, but then turned into kind of stuck between black and white.
Well, because he's a light-skinned black guy.
He's like one of the whitest black guys I've ever seen on television. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You're so right. I mean, he has freckles and he has a head.
Weird.
That's why he kind of reminded me of Foghorn Leghorn, because Foghorn Leghorn had a big red comb on it. And and plus, how many people? I mean, when you just see some trash talking 6'5" rooster, singing at a farm, it's gonna get you attention anyway. I'm just.
Yeah, it was
A
a
6
little
foot-
kid, and when he tightened his belt, he got strong.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what was that?
Sinbad.
That was
the
Sinbad,
cartoon.
yeah, the cartoon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like they did like 2 versions of Sinbad the Sailor. They had like a one company, which I have some no-name animation company. Then Hanna-Barbera took it over. I guess bought the rights, so it made their own
What do
version.
you think of the Disney movie Sinbad?
Huh? I don't know if it does. If it's based on the cartoon. Or...
It was pretty good. They had the bird that was everybody says I sound like. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Aladdin? Okay, not Sinbad. Aladdin.
They're the
That's
same chick. They're
both in the Middle East,
both from
whatever.
Pakistan or something.
the
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh
comes.
yeah, that's right. Aladdin. It's Aladdin's lamp,
Yeah,
right?
Aladdin's
and
lamp, yeah.
Sinbad the Sailor.
Yeah.
This is like, when you get confused with black actors. Like I get confused with Jackson and the other guy,
Jermaine
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
And the other black serious actor. What the hell is his name? I always get him confused. I used to.
What, Denzel Washington?
No, please. I'm talking about the other. I got his name.
Lawrence Fishburne.
No, not Lawrence Fishburne. No, not Lawrence Fishburne.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to get them confused. I don't know why.
Mr. Sam's,
That's
Mr.
kinda
Sam's. Let's go on to Mr. Sam's. There's a Joe Clark. There's a Cole Red. There's a Cole Red Joe Clark.
Yeah.
First they call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman.
They got him on this Capital commercial. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And you notice they're all going to commercials. Hey, Anthony, maybe that's what you need to do. These guys are now going from movies to commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these Saturday Night Live guys are now in commercials.
It pays the bill.
Norm
Well,
Macdonald does that that insurance. You got that kid that just left Saturday Night Live, the skinny guy.
To my Jimmy Fallon, he does the
Well, no, he's
Capital
not
One
Saturday Night.
commercials.
Yeah, he does the Capital One.
What's in your wallet? Well, yeah, exactly. They need a check, you know.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn talking about, well, I think, well, man, who cares what you think, Spicoli? Okay, we okay. Just be glad you got them 2 Oscars, Sean Penn. All right.
I
Mr.
noticed
White
that they're
Peter.
also all doing like comedic commercials as opposed to just like a serious commercial.
Yeah, like Alec Baldwin does. He does.
Alec Baldwin, he is so Long Island.
Mm-hmm. So Long Island.
Oh my God! You look at Alec Baldwin, and you're gonna see every human being that lives on Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Sean Penn is a woman beater.
Yeah.
You know, so's Chris.
He puts Chris Brown in shame though.
And Chris Brown
he married
got in
2
trouble
twice
again.
Yes.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
another fight. What's up with him? Bring that story up, Derek.
Oh yeah.
That Chris Brown story.
Mm-hmm.
That boy looks like a maniac. I'm telling you. You look at his face. He looks like he's just not gonna get better.
Well, he's some tattooed up light skinned dude. It's like, come on, man. Look, we
There's
know that these
something wrong with that guy.
light skinned black guys trying to overcompensate for their lack of melanin. Try to be, I'm more black and more hard than everybody else. Like, shut up. You know, come on. Like, dude, like what? I mean, he picks a fight. Okay, after he got a fight with Rihanna, he's gonna pick a fight with Drake, another light skinned dude.
Rihanna, he beat the shit out of her. That was
while she was while they were driving, which personally you shouldn't do anyway. I'm just saying.
He almost, bruised her for life.
Bruised her for life. She
I
wasn't
think
mutilated.
so. I mean, believe me, that's all a front. When she gets old and saggy, she's gonna remember that. Her epitaph is the woman that got beaten up by Chris Brown. That will never go away. That's like a scarlet letter on her.
A scarlet.
Yeah.
No tweeting while driving and no beating while driving. See?
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
Well, also the part where
This punk
Oh,
did
also,
that to her.
yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say.
So
she also
to me,
told,
I look at him. If you look at his face from the side view, he looks like somebody that could be in a mental hospital. I've seen guys like that.
Yeah.
When you go right here to the medical center and you see some of the patients walking around, guy has that face to be one of those. He's just a millionaire. And he's got a great voice, but it doesn't mean that he's not nuts.
Well, like I said, he's a stupid pretty boy, like a good number, not saying all, but a good number of light-skinned dudes,
Guy with a mental condition.
trying to overcompensate for their lack of melanin, try to be more hard than their darker-skinned brethren and stuff. I'm just as hard. I'm like, shut up, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, a few months back he was in a fight with, almost had an argument with Drake, another light-skinned dude. Which whatever.
He fights
over
with
a parking
everybody.
space.
He fights with everybody. And what is he, by the way? What nationality is that guy, Chris Brown?
Unfortunately, he's American. So I'm just saying.
What is he? American what? American is a
American thug. That's what he is.
Oh.
American thug.
Yeah, I can't even tell what he is. What is he? He's another one, like Sinbad. You can't tell. Gotta figure it out.
Puerto Rican.
It's Puerto Rican. Shut up, dude. Well, Puerto Rican has what? As African, Spanish.
Well, yeah, Spanish, European,
and Dutch.
Taino.
Believe it or not.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Taino Indians.
Yeah, like me.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't tell what I am. People think I'm like Spike Lee, and others say something else.
Chicano.
Chicano.
You're Chicano.
Mexican.
Yes. Well, here's the story. Here's the story, by the way. Rapper Chris Brown was arrested and charged with assault in Washington, D.C. early this Sunday after getting into a fight with a man outside a hotel near the White House. People
Well, they're not scared of you. They scared of what you represent to them.
Yeah. Brown was charged with a felony assault at 3:25 a.m. Eastern Time after the altercation outside the W Hotel, a few hundred yards from the White House. Officer Anthony Clay from the Metropolitan Police Department said. Another man involved in the fight, Christopher Hollisey, was arrested on the same charge. News reports referred to the second individual as Brown's bodyguard. Clay said he could not confirm Hollisey's relationship with Brown. The victim was taken to the hospital, according to Clay. Brown has been on probation since 2009 for assaulting Rihanna, his then-girlfriend, and the new arrest could complicate that parole. This was revoked over the summer after Brown was charged with a hit-and-run traffic accident in L.A., but reinstated after he agreed to another 1,000 hours of community labor.
This guy is the one that should not be out on Halloween. This guy needs to be in his house and mind your business.
Mind your business. Make some s'mores or something, yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, Chris Brown, I think, well, everybody knows he has anger issues.
Yes.
But I think it's more than that. This guy is a psychopath in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Very psychopathic. Yeah, everything around him revolves around him. He thinks he's the son of the universe. Where everybody has to, he's not humble. I mean, even guys like Jamie Foxx. Now, these are guys with talent. He can sing, he can dance, he can act.
Yep.
He's good looking.
He can play the
You
piano.
know he's a black
musician.
guy. You know what he
We
is.
already know. You told Ann you like
And
black
yet,
guys.
he's humble.
Yeah.
But this guy,
Shut up, Derek.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
I know.
He's got a lot of arrogance.
Well, like
And
I
you
said,
see it in him. They're so narcissistic.
of course he's narcissistic. He's a pretty boy. That's what I'm saying. Now, don't say I know people, you must got a hatred for pretty boys. Nah. Okay, maybe a little bit. But I'm just saying, look, pretty boy's going to be arrogant, in some kind of way.
I mean, and you know what? He had that song that he put out with Rihanna some years ago, right? That big head that they had, whatever that. Derek, you would know. What's the name of that song?
Yeah, I would know.
The Rihanna and his song. They're very famous. Anyway.
Yeah, Tara hates intelligence. Anyway.
Yeah, Tara, TV does hate women sometimes. Yeah.
I hate the bad
I'm
behavior.
sorry. Did you get that one I sent you about Jason Aldean?
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna go.
You go over yet? Or no?
I think I can look.
Randall
over that.
68. Jamie Foxx is a better actor because he's a closeted homosexual. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I got a picture of him and
What
Mike
does the
Stiles.
fox say?
What does Jamie Foxx say?
What does the fox have? What the hell?
What Jamie Foxx said.
Yeah, in my old days. Yeah, serious. Knock that boy around.
I say, pay attention.
This is my gay moment, yes. Dave was a gay moment.
Oh my god.
There we go. 2 pickles right there for that. Thank you, Scorpio. By the way, the Element this Friday is having a Halloween sensation.
What the fuck, say?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I just want to throw that out there for everybody. Alex Webb, owner of and good friend of us here, owner of the Element Club, the largest club in downtown Macon. Holds almost 1,000 people, I think. Or
Yeah,
at least
whatever.
it's got 3 bars, really. Great place. And they're having a Friday Nightmare on Cherry Street. A Halloween bash. And it's going to be grand. It's doors open at 10 p.m. And you have to be 18 to party, 21 to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And that is this Friday, October 31st, or rather Thursday. I blew that. This Thursday, October 31st. That's right, Friday is the 1st.
Yeah.
It's somebody's birthday. Yeah. Anyway, it's on Thursday, October 31st, and the doors open at 10. So you're going to party on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and be dead by Sunday. I guess, celebrating the dead.
Yeah.
You'll be dead by Sunday. You'll have a horrible hangover on Sunday. But I'm excited about that. I may go there just to do it. Underage people mixing it up with drinking adults. I hear the sirens already. I know. Well, that, believe it or not, is a fact, Manny. The sirens are going off there all the time. It's a big club. Take all of the sex offenders there. Oh, Lord.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Yeah, well. Anyway, they have a lot of security there, so it's good. They got a lot of security, believe me. Not a good idea, Plastic Cannon said. Oh, here we go. All the horror stories. This is Halloween, not
as you were talking about
not hallowed green. What?
When you were talking about Jason Aldean's this guy, we have
I wasn't talking about him.
Oh, okay,
Who the hell
no.
is that guy? I never heard of that name.
he's a
we're talking about Jason, the murderer on Halloween?
No, that's Jason Voorhees.
Jason Aldean, he's from Middle Georgia.
Yeah, he's from Middle Georgia.
Oh, okay.
He's a singer
bring him up.
from Macon. Macon native Jason Aldean had shared some sad news via Twitter. A man apparently stepped out in front of his tour bus and died early Monday in Indiana, according to WFIE.
That guy got thrown under the bus. Literally.
Yeah, literally. The officials,
What happened? He got hit by a
Hey,
bus?
look, there he is with Miley Cyrus.
Officials-
He's gonna get some tongue.
He's dead?
no, the guy who ran in front of his bus.
That guy walked out in front of his tour bus.
Yeah, officials believe that the man walked into the middle of the road. Aldean tweeted to his followers yesterday afternoon. He said that, tweeted, with a heavy heart, I'm sad to say that a man passed away last night after stepping out in front of my bus in Indiana. In all the years I've been touring and all the miles we've driven, nothing prepares you for something like this to happen. I'm praying for Albert Kennedy's family and friends today, and ask you to do the same. So that's the name. The Albert Kennedy was the victim who was hit by Jason Aldean's bus.
There you have it.
There you go, man. You got to be careful. People,
You know, they just
You might be a
had
redneck.
recently, right here in Macon, they just literally had a pontoon boat. And I'll find the story. But they had a pontoon boat. It was in Middle Georgia. And they, this guy like spills it off to the side. I'll try to find it. But literally, that just happened. They're driving and he's getting on the highway on I-16 somewhere. And he doesn't know how to drive it. Or he didn't, obviously. And he's trying to make the turn to get onto the highway. And the pontoon boat spills over.
Wow.
while he has a truck. I mean, people, they make these big cars and these big, people don't know how to drive them. I mean, you got to have some skills to drive a bus and a big truck. Like, I can do up to like a 16-footer. After that, I can't do it.
Man.
Yeah. After 16 feet, you got to really know how to drive that. And especially when it's a truck and a pontoon boat that's attached with a hitch. You got to know how to drive that stuff. So he victimized somebody with his bad driving, is that it?
I guess no. He just happened when Jason Aldean just happened to be driving early in the morning, and he just happened to cross the street. It seems like
He walked in the road by accident.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of
How you walk
pedestrians.
into a Halloween bar, into a highway by accident?
Drunk.
Either
Look
drunk
what
or
happened to Daniel Muhammad. I mean, he was sick. He was probably dizzy. He didn't realize he was, in the road. When
and
he was walking. He wasn't
most roads
feeling
are
good
not
that night.
well lit. It seems like an epidemic.
Well, yeah, right here, Macon, we did the story. I have it right here. We did the story about all the injuries that have occurred. Over 10. This is Monroe. That's right next door.
Yeah, right.
All
Yeah,
Middle
Monroe
Georgia.
County. Yeah. Matter of fact, this just happened. This just happened recently. This is from Liz Fabian from the Macon Telegraph. A Macon attorney died Sunday evening after he was hit by a car while riding his bicycle in Monroe County. Walter Leggett, who lived in Monroe County, and died a little after 8 p.m. at the medical center at Central Georgia, about 4 hours after he was hit on U.S. Highway 41 near Heritage Drive, said Monroe County Coroner Joey Proctor. Mr. Leggett was 61 years old, was struck by a Lincoln Town car driven by 78-year-old Ahmad Rashid of Macon as Leggett attempted to turn left onto Heritage Drive from US 41, according to a Monroe County Office News release. Mr. Leggett had practiced law for more than 30 years and specialized in estate planning, probate, and elder law. In recent years, he opened his own office in Vineville Avenue. He graduated from the University of Georgia School of Law, according to his website, so he's a UGA alma mater alumni.
Yeah.
He had also been an ordained deacon at the Maple White Memorial Baptist Church and served in the Army National Guard for 8 years before his honorable discharge as captain. He's survived by his wife, Mary Jane, and his 3 children, one of whom is a Monroe County deputy. So that's got to be really devastating. Since
wow, yeah, an old person hits a person on a bike. Damn, old people driving. Well, yeah, that's something that I guess there is a term limit, though. No, isn't there, with a license? Don't they say after this age?
well, I mean, if the person got the license before he or she got, for a senility hit set in, and their eyesight worsened, I mean, you really don't know. Maybe it was on his last year of his license or something.
Randall 58, where in Florida?
I'm not sure. This is very iffy. I mean, you don't want some 80-year-old person who maybe is a little bit less than healthy in the head.
Okay, you're near
Driving.
Publix. Isn't that where the Publix main facility is?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't have the reflexes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, my mom's older brother, my Uncle George, I mean, he still drives. I mean, he does.
How old is he?
He's 88, I think. Yeah, 88 years old.
Well, 88 is still, I'm talking about these cars. How old was this guy then?
This person was 78, so.
78?
Yes. So I guess it just varies. It varies between person to person, because there's young people who don't know how to drive, and then may not be senility. It'll probably be just drinking and driving, or just texting and driving.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, I gotta feel sorry for the guy's daughter who's in Monroe County, because he got killed in Monroe County, and his daughter is a deputy there. So that's got to be devastating for her.
Yeah, that is sad. Well, by the way, Randall, we have tons of bike paths here in Florida, and pedestrian fatality rate has gone down. Maybe that's what we need to do. But first, we got to get rid of the crime, because you don't want bike paths going across neighborhoods that you're going to get mugged. Yeah, so it's got to be.
Yeah, you gotta be going really fast to get away from people trying to mug folks. Yeah.
And can you play at the break? Is the South Park trailer for South Park? Sure. I'm sure it'll do it.
Now,
And as a matter of fact,
make me.
hey Ed, why don't you play it now? I'm gonna go get some coffee. It's not a break.
Well, no, because I gotta play that stuff for breaks. Because I gotta edit that. I can't, now I gotta split
wanna
the whole
get
thing
coffee.
up.
You know what, Derek? Take it over. Screw that. I'll be right back. Derek, go ahead.
Okay. I guess Irving will be back, and
Leave you in a horror, late alert.
yeah. Well, anyway, I got some stuff that's going on that Ed sent me. Some other news, some crazy. I think there will be. I guess it would be national news about 2 Atlantic City cops guilty of civil rights violations. This is from NewJersey.com. It's 9:30. Actually, it's 9:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 50 degrees with a high of 75 and a low of 54. Right here on the morning roast.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Derek.
I'm
You
trying
see
to-
what I have to go to when you come in late? Yeah, kind of like the same way.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
trying
it
to
up,
whatever.
baby.
I'm trying to
Hold
hold
it
up.
up.
Just
Hold it
freaking
up.
this freaking Apple computer just
Taking it.
it just wanted.
Extra
I don't know.
coffee
It must have took a cyber joint or something. I don't know. A civil in Atlantic City in Atlantic County. NewJersey.com. A pair of Atlantic City police officers have agreed to pay a settlement to 2 men whose civil rights they violated, according to a report on pressofAtlanticCity.com. A civil jury Wednesday found the cops guilty. The settlement, which is for an undisclosed amount for less than $360,000, was reached last week. The police officers were accused of illegally stopping William Forth and William Grigg while they walked on Tennessee Avenue on the evening of November 23rd, 2009, according to the report. The men asserted that the officers made racist comments and refused to let them leave for a half hour. Forth and Grigg filed complaints with the police department, but the officers were cleared following an internal investigation, the website reported. Forth's attorney wouldn't name the officers or reveal the amount his clients will be paid. And I guess there you have it. I mean, this is kind of strange. This happened. I mean, we talked about yesterday about the college guy who was stopped by these undercover cops who worked outside this store in Barney's in New York because they thought he stole a belt or something, or that he actually used a debit card, but they thought that it was fake. But I could understand stopping him if he stole it, but if he paid for it. What's the problem? But who knows, man? Who really knows?
What would Judge Judy say?
Yeah, what would Judge Judy say? Those guys were just cold-blooded for stopping that person in the first place. If he paid for it, that was it, and he had no priors. He should have been on his way. Thanks for shopping. Come back again. And that would have been it.
Yeah.
I guess a story that I got from Saibuki. Basically says, what is GridX2? It says grid security exercised by North American Electric Reliability Corporation. It says on November 13th and 14th, GridX2 will exercise NERC and industry crisis response plans and identify actionable improvement recommendations for planned security programs and skills. The scenario will build on lessons learned from GridX 2011 and include both cybersecurity and physical security components. GridX 2013 is an electrical grid joint drill simulation, which is being planned in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This says thousands of utility workers, FBI agents, anti-terrorism experts, government agencies, and more than 150 private businesses are involved in this power grid drill. So this grid drill, this is going to be, I guess, this case for security reasons or something.
Well, I don't know, but
What you do?
Looking at me.
because Ed knows there's a conspiracy theory behind everything. This is another one of those conspiracy theories. They're now doing this GridX. It's slowly looking like what all the conspiracy theorists say, that one day we're all going to be chatteled into these
FEMA camps?
Yeah, these camps.
We'll have chips.
And we're going to be under shotgun, and
Bartolo's on the back
they're
of
going
our
to
heads.
control everything.
Like Hitman.
Yeah. Very interesting.
The problem is with that idea and that conspiracy is that you got it all wrong. They're doing it now. I mean, you see...
They already got GPS systems.
I mean, go to public housing today.
Mm-hmm.
It
You
is
even
like
got
being in
a
a
lot of people have either iPhones or iPads, and these new iPads have GPS systems. So if you try to, steal one of them, they know who has it.
Well,
so go ahead.
And actually, what they're doing now is the government's putting up these new homes. They said we're going to commit to rebuilding the neighborhoods and this and that with grants and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to get that house, you better not have a drug history or felony or anything to that, because you're never going to get it.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen. The only camp that you're going to go to
band camp.
Is one like they talk about, the FEMA death camp.
This time at band camp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went to camp, but not
FEMA death camp. FEMA camps are death camps. They are not for containment. This one time in and no way out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you have the neighborhoods, the way they build today. I mean, don't they look like barracks? They don't even look like houses anymore. It looks like a barrack, like big square. And,
shotgun shacks or something, yeah.
Like a school portable?
Yeah. All those crappy houses are made out of paper and plastic.
Yeah.
And cheap wood.
Crazy stuff going on.
I tell you, a friend of mine, he bought one of those school portables in an auction.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his backyard, and that's where his band rehearses.
Wow.
Fucking awesome.
Really?
He would have put a wet bar in there and everything. And
Wow.
He knows how to party.
Party! Yeah, we know how to party here in Georgia.
Go get high in a FEMA camp. All right, Derek, you got another story?
Yeah, we got one. Warner Robins man shot on I-16.
There we go.
A man was shot in the thigh while riding in a car in Interstate 16 westbound early Sunday morning.
Where was he coming from?
Michael Garner, a 23-year-old man who lives in Lockton Place in Warner Robins, spoke with Macon Police in Houston Medical Center, where he was driven by friends after the shooting, according to the incident report. The shooting occurred around 2 a.m. on I-16 West after Garner was involved in a fight at Club Envy,
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah.
downtown Macon.
Wow. You see, this is, by the way, right next to Element.
Yes.
Somebody had mentioned about sirens going off.
Yeah, it's like across the street from Element. At a fight at Club Envy.
It's not the same owner.
And the Marathon gas station at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard,
No
according to
kidding.
the police.
You know where that is.
Wow.
Don't be walking there in the middle of the night. Jesus.
Yeah, and that's, MLK, that's also where my old station is located also. Like, geez.
I lived across the street from that Marathon station. Remember?
Yeah. Garner
Downtown.
describes himself as an artist for Task Force Entertainment on his Facebook page. But neither Garner nor witness contact by the Macon police had any further information regarding the shooting.
I saw his Facebook page. He only got 3 likes.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, people don't like to get shot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I've seen him
Like
before.
Who likes to get shot?
No, by the way, speaking of shooting, and this one led to a killing. You remember Jamal Keys? He's the young man that they couldn't find. He was a college student.
Yeah.
Went, I believe, to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Correct? He went missing, and they found him in a burnt-out house.
Yeah.
Young man killed him. Well, Robin Rollinson is his murderer. Robert Rollinson stood in front of a judge for the first time today
That was
after he
Fort
was
Valley,
arrested
right?
for the murder
Yeah, Fort
of
Valley
Jamal
University.
Keys. Yeah.
not Georgia Tech. Fort Valley.
Well, earlier this year, a 19-year-old Keys went missing, and his remains were found inside a burnt-down cabin near Rollinson's home in Hawkinsville. Rollins pleaded not guilty for malice murder and concealing the death of Keys. And his defense attorney, Jeffrey Grube, asked Judge H. Frederick Mullins Jr. to move the official trial date to next spring Judge Mullins agreed. Rollinson remains in the Pulaski County Jail without bond. This is
Stretch
so
as
that
long as they
continues.
can.
That continues on.
Well, look at Daniels. I mean, they're pushing his thing. Keep pushing it back, pushing it back.
Keep pushing back, yeah.
Well, nothing could be sadder than this story. Than sports. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, you're too kind, You're too kind.
Okay.
Jeez Louise. Anyway, on the sports, the NFL, of course, we had last night. There was the Monday Night Football game between the Seattle Seahawks and the St. Louis Rams. Seems like a lot of stuff that's been going on. St. Louis has been like the center of the universe of sports because they have a team, St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, whoopsie, break it down. Well,
As I was saying, St. Louis seemed to be like the center of the sports universe, considering that their team, the Cardinals, is playing in the World Series against.
What does the fox say?
And on ESPN, the St. Louis Rams unfortunately succumbed to the Seattle Seahawks 14-9. They were held back on 4th down in the last 15 seconds of the game. They let the clock run down all the way to 2 seconds into the game. They were already 3rd and goal. They were like, all they needed was a touchdown, and they would have won 15-14 because they were trailing. They were trailing Seattle 14-9. If they would have made the touchdown, they would have 6 points. They would have won 15-14. But unfortunately, they waited till the last second to have a timeout. They had 1 second left on the clock.
But isn't that part of what they're supposed to do? Like wait it out?
Well, yeah.
They kind of do that in basketball too. They kind of run the clock.
Yeah, they just run the clock, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. It was an incomplete pass in the end zone. Therefore, Seattle Seahawks defeated St. Louis Rams 14-9 on Monday Night Football last night on ESPN.
Right.
And in St. Louis, in their Game 5 of the World Series, St. Louis lost again. Boston beat them 3-1 in Game 5. That was the last of the games in St. Louis. Game 6 will be tomorrow. Well, tomorrow it goes back to Boston. Tomorrow will they have Game 6. And if Boston wins tomorrow, they will become World Series champions. They'll have their 3rd World Series title in 8 years since 2004. And in case they don't win tomorrow, they have Halloween night, October 31st, for Game 7, since Game 6 and 7 will be both in Boston. And also for another reminder, the NBA season starts tonight. Since baseball is ending, basketball is starting. And there are going to be a couple of games that's going to be playing on TNT. You're going to have, for the very first day of the NBA, you're going to have the Orlando Magic versus the Indiana Pacers at 7 o'clock, followed by the Chicago Bulls versus the Miami Heat at 8 o'clock, depending on what time zone you're living in. And also an LA battle, the LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers. So those be sure on the lookout. Check your local listings and cable settings on TNT to find out which game is playing in your area. Whether it's going to be the Orlando, Indiana game, the Chicago, Miami game, or the LA versus LA team, which is probably going to be shown in LA, obviously.
No.
And that's pretty much we have.
Okay, before we go on sports, believe it or not, I want to bring up the issue of this young player that was just suspended for an outburst.
Oh, really? Okay.
He was in college. I believe he was a college player. I could be wrong. But it was a big deal. I mean, he went off on his coach. And, of course, it went back and forth with the coach.
Right.
And him, and they only had a few seconds, 16 seconds left on the clock. And there was a bad call by one of the referees.
I see.
And he was going off on the coach for some reason regarding the fact that the coach didn't give the right instruction,
Whoa.
whatever. And the point is, instead of him focusing in on trying to make the play with the last 16 seconds, which he could have done, he went off on the coach, and he basically had them lose the game almost on purpose.
Wow. So
Now, what do you think of that, Derek?
So you think that was basically he did that
He
out of spite, sabotage his own? Yeah. It's I mean, it would be kind of sad to think that it's, you know, in college football that they would have, you know, corruption, but yeah, they even have it in college sports too. It would be, I mean, it would be a shock to have it in high school football, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised about in high school basketball, high school football. It just seems to be. And matter of fact, during Game 5 of the World Series, I mean, when you were talking about the umpires and stuff,
That's
but there's some
another
other
big
stuff. There was a smoke or some fire, some type of fire or smoke that was going on in Game 5 over in the St. Louis Stadium.
People are going crazy, dude.
I mean,
Sports is it's almost like a vicious game now.
I mean, I don't know whether or not if it was somebody who wanted the St. Louis Cardinals to win or the Red Sox to win.
Well, the whole game has been kind of sabotaged left and right. These umps are calling bad calls, and I said it from the beginning. I have a feeling they're going to try to sabotage the Red Sox. They want them to continue with that bad luck streak that they had for 80 years that they broke recently, right?
Right.
Didn't I say that initially? It was just...
And plus, I mean,
premonition.
I was just thinking about that smoke that was coming from in the stadium at Game 5. I was like, this is just some really crazy stuff going on, like just like the Super Bowl earlier this year, back in February, during when the 49ers were playing the Baltimore Ravens, and somewhere around, I guess, just after halftime, you know, you heard a clink, and then you heard someone go, like someone just got hit over the head with a wrench or something, like a game, like the game Clue or something. Then all the lights went out, like
Wow.
Like something was very fishy going on here, man. Just seafood platter vibes all over.
There we go. By the way, we're going to put that in the clink. We're going to move on because I'm trying to get a blackout here.
Yeah. Well, I had some I guess, stories. I guess it would be sports related, I guess you might say. There was a Miller Grove High School basketball star who died recently. This is from My Fox Atlanta, from DeKalb County, from Atlanta. Friends and family are mourning the death of a Miller Grove High School standout basketball player. Terrell Coleman, who was age 15 years old, died after collapsing during a basketball game in Action Sports Academy in Stone Mountain on Sunday afternoon, according to the school officials. Coleman was in the 9th grade. He was a 6'5" freshman and was a standout on and off the court, according to his mother. She said his mother, Rashonis Coleman, said he was determined, he was strong, he was respectable and well-loved, so well-loved, and he was very helpful. The 15-year-old was a small forward. He was a small forward and ranked in the nation's 13th overall prospect for 2017, according to Future150.com. He played AAU league ball for the Atlanta Celtics. He was playing in an all-star competition Sunday when he slumped over just minutes into the game, his mother said, and his father and 2 nurses administered CPR until the ambulance arrived, and I guess the doctors pronounced him dead at DeKalb Medical Center.
Wow,
it's a sad situation.
Young man, you know, they should be getting some kind of, before they even allowed to play. Mm-hmm. I mean, someone that tall at that age, you know,
6'5" and 15.
6'5" and 15. Mm-hmm. I you know, that's not, I would say it's not the norm. I would have his heart checked and making sure they take these very tall young men. Of course, there are many. I mean, basketball teams are full with 6 foot, you know, huge giant. But someone like that at a young age, if you can catch it early, check him out, make sure his heart is strong enough. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And all that, and that he's a son of a bitch like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Speaking of O.J. Simpson, you know, this will be the wing dang doodle of the hour right here. Says O.J. Simpson is up for a big honor from the Rose Bowl panel. O.J. Simpson has been announced as a finalist from the 1960s for the Rose Bowl game All-Century class, alongside former USC football coach John McKay and former Wisconsin quarterback Ron Vanderkellen, reports CBS Los Angeles station KCBS-TV. Simpson, who's 66 years old, has served 5 years in Lovelock Correctional Center in Nevada following his conviction of armed robbery charges.
So what's this award for?
Basically, it's an award where Simpson was named Player of the Game in the 1968 Rose Bowl, in which he ran for 128 yards and scored a pair of touchdowns in the Trojans' 14-3 win over Indiana, giving USC the 1967 national championship. In 1969, Simpson ran for 171 yards and 28 carries as USC lost the Rose Bowl to Ohio State 27-16. The controversial football star, who also saw fame on the big screen, is reportedly interested in becoming a televangelist upon his anticipated release from prison, according to his manager, Norman Pardo. He actually still has a manager, even though he's in jail? Wow. Okay. The All-Century class will be announced on December 8th. Later in the year, one representative from each decade, along with one player and one coach, will be selected as the greatest in the history of the oldest bowl game in college football. So O.J. Simpson is going to be honored on the Rose Bowl parade. Can you believe that?
Well, you can't take away the fact he was a pretty good
football player in college and pro.
Yeah,
yes,
he was all right. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he was famous for it.
Yeah, of course.
That's how good he was.
Yeah.
And he was a fast son of a bitch.
Yes, Heisman Trophy winner at that.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, he was really fast on the field, but he was really slow in that car.
Interesting.
Yeah, he drove that car around real slow. All over, where was it, L.A.?
Yeah. Actually, that was his friend AJ Cowlings, his old teammate.
Yeah,
I want to ride. We gonna ride to Mexico.
Somebody was driving the car, but here's the point about OJ. If you think that OJ is not a powerful figure in our lives, think about it. We now absorb the Kardashians.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
we now
OJ.
absorb Kanye, and look at the spring off. That our lives now, have these people in it, and has affected some of us.
So dang. So if OJ didn't get caught, didn't go to trial for killing his ex-wife and her ex-lover and stuff like that, we never would have known about Bob Kardashian. We never would have known about Kim Kardashian and her sisters.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West with them.
Although Kanye had his own fame before that, but he just, supersized it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, man. O.J. Simpson will forever be etched in the minds and the hearts and the actions of the American public.
Whether you're talking about sports or in the courtroom. So, yeah. I guess that's
it. Certainly fits. Yeah. Anyway,
but I must acquit, because that's all I have with sports, right?
Yeah. By the way, there's Kato Kalin. Remember, it sprung up. Boy, he's still probably making money off of that.
For what?
That lawyer, the black lawyer. What's his name?
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
So.
Johnny Cochran, he fight for me.
Yeah.
What movie?
Johnny Cochran.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 5. A Loaded Weapon, whoever that is.
Yeah, Johnny's passed.
Oh, okay.
And that was kind of weird. He died so quickly all of a sudden.
Well,
He
yeah.
died from?
I think heart attack. Heart attack, yeah.
There you go.
We're done with sports. Yes.
That whole thing with if it don't quit, you must... Look at what happens to anything when you apply liquid to it, especially leather. It shrinks up. Mm-hmm. That was bullshit.
So including
that
gloves?
was shrunk.
We're the only white people here.
Those gloves are shrunk.
From
they having blood on his hands or on those
literally.
gloves, and then somehow washing it off, and then throwing them around, and they dried up,
like Lady Macbeth.
and then they shrunk.
Out damn spot. Yes.
People are so stupid. They didn't see that coming. If the condom doesn't fit, you must equate or risk sloppage in pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plus we talked about it yesterday. Matter of fact, the doctor actually did get out yesterday. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, that doctor. Ugh.
Yeah, show off that vertical smile, honey. Yeah.
Dr. Dre is more of a doctor than that guy.
Very true. Very true.
Dr. Dre. Yeah, he's
Everybody
a
wants to
doctor.
be doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to be a doctor.
There's a story I got this from breaking news from Fox News actually.
Okay, what's
Fox
happening?
News. Says a federal judge has blocked the enforcement of new abortion restrictions passed by the Texas legislature,
Good.
calling them unconstitutional. Wow.
I mean, look, I'm not for abortion. I'm an anti-abortion guy. I think it's stupid. You shouldn't put yourself in that position. But use rubbers, use contraceptives. There's all sorts of ways for you to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
Want to be so hot that you jump on a guy and get you pregnant? That's your problem. And the same thing goes with the guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Justice is responsible. However, I don't like the idea, and I still don't like the idea of a government getting into the point that they tell you what you can or cannot do. It's almost like saying, don't get rid of that bad liver.
Like drinks and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. Well, it's a real a gray area here. I kind of want no abortion to happen, and I wish that people would be have better sense on how to avoid it, especially when there's plenty of information out there for you to glean from, where you can develop education about how to avoid getting pregnant in the first place.
Yeah.
But it goes back to, once again, the government getting into areas that I think doesn't make us the free nation that we say we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting ridiculous.
Well,
You're
it's
talking about
getting
FEMA
it's,
camp.
yeah, it's talking about it's a big monster. It's a huge monster of a thing. Speaking of monsters, real life ones, a year ago today, Superstorm Sandy wreaked havoc on the East Coast, leaving a wake of destruction in its path, particularly in New Jersey, and a lot of destruction, a lot of insurance woes, and bureaucratic red tape that continues to block many victims from reclaiming their lives.
Yeah,
As a
speaking
matter
of
of fact.
monsters, he says our fetuses turn into people, and people suck. Yeah, that's a monster. People suck. This is a storm that's by,
Uh-huh.
All right, well, Hurricane Sandy. You know, I'm glad I wasn't in New York at that time. I can only imagine the horror. Worried about water coming in your house. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Finish
Big
up.
time.
I'm sorry, Derek. Go ahead.
Well, you know, just like it's been a year ago, they've been going crazy. People in the Eastern Coast, particularly in New Jersey, went through a lot of trouble, went through a whole lot of stuff going on through Superstorm Sandy. It was a 1,100-mile storm that churned north through the Atlantic Ocean. Residents of sea towns in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut evacuated. Homes and stores were boarded up. Schools were closed and flights were canceled. Those who didn't make it to high ground hunkered down and waited. And, you know, it caused blame for at least 181 deaths, including 71 in New Jersey and 68 in New York. Caused $68 billion of damage and was felt in 24 states, from Florida all the way to Maine and in far west as Wisconsin, according to the report. In the ensuing weeks and months, aid workers and utility crews from all over the nation descended on the stricken area, helping victims and slowly restoring power to some 6 million homes. Yet many who found themselves in the mighty storm's path are still waiting a year later, waiting on insurance payments or government aid.
Yeah. Well, they're still waiting. But and by the way, King, one of the senators there,
I thought you were about to say Chris Christie, the governor.
No. This is in New York, because of the effect of both states. Chris Christie hasn't come out except to say early on, where the hell's the money that you promised? But right now there's John King, one of the senators there. I'm gonna cut it. Let me finish. Jesus.
That finish your thought.
Shit. Like on steroids here today.
Here.
And by the way, he's saying the money's already there.
Mm-hmm.
The money's already there, but we just want to be prudent with it. We want to make sure that the money goes to people. This is a Republican scumbag in New York. Instead of worrying about the people that are right now still with no houses or houses that are destroyed, and there's the money's all there, they're doling it out slowly. It's a freaking year later after this disaster. Some people are still sitting with no houses. So this is a Republican way of doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's it. That was my point. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Let's go to break.
It's 10:02 a.m. right now in Macon, Georgia. It's 54 degrees outside. Macon, sunny somewhat with a high of 79 and a low of 54 degrees. And don't go away. We'll be right back for one more break. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
The worst CNN staff members I've ever had to deal with.
Wow. I'd make it. Yes, we know what you mean, Diaz. Yes, she's a cutie.
CNN sucks. They changed all the people around, and now they got those two.
Well, yeah, they got a. Well, not everybody.
That guy can't even. He's not. If you notice, if you go on that broadcast and you see that guy, watch him. He's always tripping on his words. He's almost not sure of himself. It's ridiculous.
Or maybe if they're tripping over his words, he probably got the person who's using the teleprompter probably rolling the words too fast.
Maybe.
Just saying, because
they're just annoying people now. I used to love to watch CNN, but they got Wolf now doing 360. They got Anderson somewhere else. Don Lemon comes on for too long. You know, it's like, what the hell?
Wow.
They screwed it all up.
Yeah.
CNN went all out on that side picture, looked like a grade school painting behind them. It's true. I mean, and they did this, and they overhauled everybody, and everybody now is jumping ship and going to Fox.
Yeah.
Or going to the other one,
MSNBC.
Al Jazeera.
Oh, Al Jazeera.
Like Soledad O'Brien.
Or others.
That's another woman
who
who likes to call herself a black woman, but meanwhile she looks like Puerto Rican. She looks Spanish. She don't even look black. Soledad O'Brien.
Well, her mom is though.
Yeah.
Her mom is black. She's an Afro-Latina.
The CEO of the company
Dominican.
that made Obamacare website is a personal friend of Michelle Obama from Princeton. A company got the job without the normal government bid process. There you go. Comes back to haunt you. Yeah. Bunny TV does. He's not on right now, is he? Is Bunny on?
Who?
Yeah, I think he left. Bunny TV has a Bill's website.
Oh yeah. I was just going on. It's 10:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House with Irv, Ed, and DB. I was just looking at when you were talking about Soledad O'Brien.
Bring her up.
Born September 1966. She's 47 years old. 1966. She's 47 years old. She's an American broadcast journalist, executive producer, and philanthropist. She was the anchor of CNN's morning news program, Starting Point, which premiered January 2nd, 2012, until it announced on February 21st of this year she would end that post to start the Starfish Media Group production company. Wow, that's incredible.
You know, I knew you have a tangent on Soledad O'Brien. I know that you like her. If not, you wouldn't give a rat's ass about bringing it up on WikiLeaks.
Well, you just happen to...
You like her.
Well, yeah.
All right?
The woman is...
Would you tap that, as Diaz would say?
In a heartbeat. If she wasn't married, yes. Yeah.
So
I mean, her mother Estella is Afro-Cuban, and was a French and English teacher, and her father Edward is Australian, of Irish descent. That's why she has the name O'Brien.
Look at
So
that.
yes.
Does she have tits and teeth? Yeah, she's very pretty. She's very, very pretty. You see, but why does she come across? She's like 1/4
Black.
but she is like on the BET Awards and the Black History Award and this black, blah, blah, blah. She's not even black. It's like 1/4.
Well,
She's Afro-Cuban, so she's Cuban. What Cuban?
Afro-Cuban, Black Cuban. Hello, had anyone ever heard of Christopher Columbus? People
I thought
forget.
He was Italian.
People seem to forget that
Christopher
over
Columbus
90%.
was Italian.
I'm just saying the 90% of the slaves, African slaves that were brought, went to Latin America first. So, I mean, for those to be surprised that there are actually black people in Latin America,
Yeah, I don't want to set DB off like with his screaming, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, Charlotte O'Brien is Cuban with
Yes.
some African blood in her, plus
Yes.
Australian. So, I mean, that's so far-fetched. It's like saying that I am black when maybe in my past, one of my ancestors may have been black. I don't know yet, but it's a possibility. And then I'm going around saying that I'm black. It's ridiculous. As far as I know, I'm just Puerto Rican. She should be saying I'm Cuban or Cuban Australian or I'm a mutt or something.
Yeah, but we're not.
But not
But
go
we're
around
human
making
beings. We're
yourself
not mutts. We're not
say
old
I'm
yellow.
black when you're not. You're 1/4. It's the same thing with Obama. He's the first black president. He's the first half black president. We're halfway there. We're not all there yet. I
But
want
really,
to
do you
see a
think
president one day that looks like Kunta Kinte, and then
Or Yaphet Kotto or something.
Yeah.
Or Wesley Snipes, perhaps.
right, or Wesley Snipes.
But
Forget about it.
look, I'm just saying, look, the Ku Klux Klan, they hate on a curve, okay? They're not gonna, look here, because she's half black or whatever, they're not gonna try to shoot her with half a bullet or hang her with half a rope or try to burn half a freaking cross.
Or you
They're-
can't be half pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, bigots are. I mean, racists, but they're not good. They're not great at mathematics, especially fractions. Because I mean, if that was the case, man, well, if Barack Obama and Dr. Charles Drew, if they're black, then I guess in Washington and Thomas Jefferson, I guess they're not white because they mixing their blood with a lot of black slaves too. So let's not be naive about this.
I almost said, "What the hell are you talking about?" But
If
you
they're
made
not
your
black,
point.
but
Yeah,
that
you
means
made
that
your
they're
point.
not white either.
Doesn't matter where your ancestors came from your country or birth, and it's your geographic label. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It is. I mean, look, no matter what, people are going to look at you as whatever. It's always through racial eyes, no matter what. It's ingrained in humanity. It's happened for thousands of years. It's biblical. It was one tribe against the other. It wasn't that they liked each other as human beings. They couldn't stand each other because they didn't consider each other human beings.
Exactly.
That's known as racism. Isn't
Yes.
it? So it goes back in our history.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that to label yourself like she does as an African American, when in
and
fact,
also Latina, because she does
she
BET
does the
Awards
Latin.
and also Alma Awards, which is
Yeah.
I guess the Latino Image Awards, I guess.
yeah.
Says Sabuki says, I'm an Englishman, but my ancestors are Welsh and
Spanish.
Spanish.
So we're related in some way, Saibuki. Think about that. That Spanish part of you. Yeah. Same blood.
Speaking of things being unglued,
Same blood. Speaking of which,
the things going unglued, yes. There's a Texas mother who tears off son's scrotum, then tries to super glue it back on. The wing dang doodle of the hour, folks, of 10 o'clock hour.
wow. Cut off his nuts so she can glue them back on with super glue.
Yeah, it's like she must thought it was Lego blocks.
That's horrible.
Well, a mother has been taken into custody after she allegedly tore her 6-year-old son's genitals off as punishment and then used super glue to fix them. After becoming enraged with the boy and causing the shocking injury, Jennifer Marie Vargas applied super glue to the boy's scrotum, stuffed his underwear with paper towels, and sent him to bed, according to criminal complaint affidavit. The boy's horrified father, an Army enlistee, reportedly returned home to discover the gruesome scene. The boy was then taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery. He was rushed to the hospital in Texas where surgeons were able to repair the damage. Thank goodness. The affidavit says Vargas, 34 years of age, admitted to inflicting injury out of anger with the child. She told FBI agents she attempted to treat the wound with alcohol and then applied super glue to the boy's scrotum until the bleeding stopped. After lining his underwear with paper towels, Vargas told him to go to bed. Vargas was arrested and charged with assault with maritime and territorial jurisdiction resulting in bodily injury. If convicted, she may face up to 10 years in jail.
Keep that woman away from that kid.
Yes, believe that. Believe it.
That's
10
a
years.
Can you
butcher.
imagine if it was 132-pound scrotum?
Oh, she's heaven.
You'd
Wow,
need-
it is
you'd need,
pretty shocking.
You had to get like cement, I
hundreds of
guess.
nails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't bleed to death either. You know,
I know.
It's horrible.
She
I
should
mean,
be put under the jail.
That kid's gonna grow up to be the next Unabomber or something. That kid's been damaged.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, they need to put that lady along with the guy who killed Adrian Peterson's son and children because I ain't no NFL player, and stuff, and you basically just despite their significant other and stuff. I mean, yeah. Even though 10 years.
Well, yeah, the Amy Peterson, wasn't she the one who was pregnant? He killed her and the baby.
Casey Anthony.
Casey Ann.
Yeah.
Check this out. Point your pointer finger at the wall. Notice there are 3 fingers pointing back at you. Forget the thumb. Please. All right, so who cares?
No, she wasn't Supergirl. She was a pissed
Here's
off mom.
Here's a middle finger.
She was a really ticked off
pointing
mother.
at you.
You know what I say?
Whatever. By the way, you got to stay safe this Halloween. So here's some tips on how to stay safe this Halloween.
Yes.
For those of you who are, into going out trick-or-treating, some of you adults who live off your kids' lives and like
Try to
Kim
steal their candy.
Kardashian's mother was in their business and shit. If you're one of those parents where you dress up like a fool and take your kids around, Halloween is right around the corner.
Well, 2 days away.
Meaning little ghouls, goblins, and princesses will be out and about. And trick-or-treaters will fill the streets on their door-to-door search for treats. And then it says, although this may be a fun time to celebrate, it is important to remember that safety comes first.
Yes.
Here are a few things to keep in your mind if you are trick-or-treating this year. For parents, remember that adult supervision is needed for children under 10. Watch out for cars, not only on the street, but while crossing driveways. Make sure to walk on sidewalks or paths that are well lit. Remember, proper street crossing techniques, like crossing in the corner on the path, not in the middle, jaywalking and stuff, includes looking both ways and watching as you cross.
Yes.
And only go to homes that have a porch light on. That's a sign that trick-or-treaters are welcome. Of course, it could be a sign of somebody who forgot to turn the lights off. So you never know. For drivers, be especially alert for trick-or-treaters, driving slow in residential areas, and keeping your headlights on so children can easily be seen by you and they can see you. Another tip for trick-or-treating safety is remembering the safety in numbers rule. And for children who are old enough, costume choice is important as well. Be sure to wear costumes that are light enough to be seen. Also, knives, guns, and other harmful props should not be used as costume props.
Real or fake.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want some kid walking around with a real gun and playing that it's fake and then all of a sudden shoot somebody.
Exactly. That's what I said. Real. Yeah. Don't have real or fake.
Yeah. Also, don't take any apples. Don't take any open fruit, open candy. Don't do that. Unwrapped candy, muffins, and none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cupcakes, cookies.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit has to be covered. And don't be fooled, folks, because some of the cover doesn't really protect against somebody sticking a needle in there.
Yeah.
And shoving poison in cookies.
Yeah, because if like
You know?
yeah, like if the wrapper has like a little hole in it, like someone.
I mean, sometimes people don't see it. It's a needle. Just watch it. That's why I'm not crazy about trick-or-treating today. I'll buy my own candy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a big risk now. Bye, Manny. He's gone already.
Yeah. See you later, man.
Anyway, leading up to our daily bread, make this a wonderful holiday. Wonderful holiday is important. Right, Derek?
Okay. Yeah.
You can make it a wonderful holiday if you do the right thing. Follow some of the tips. Don't go near a guy who's known to be a sexual offender's house.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even go near them.
Yes.
And watch your kids.
Stay away from that
Yeah.
Today's daily bread is wonderful. 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 For October 29, 2013, and it's written by Bill Crowder.
Big spirit.
As our plane began to descend, the flight attendant read the long list of arrival information as if she was reading it for the 10,000th time that day. No emotion or interest as she fussed and droned on about our impending arrival. No emotion or interest. Then, with the same tired, disinterested voice, she finished by saying, "Have a wonderful day." It's like Derek on sports.
Yeah.
No emotion, droning on during sports. The dryness of her tone contrasted with her words. She said, "Wonderful," but in a manner completely absent of any sense of wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Have a wonderful day. Have a good day. Who cares? Good luck. Sometimes I fear that we approach our relationship with God in the same way. Routine, bored, apathetic, disinterested. Through Christ God, yet often there seems to be little sense of wonder that should accompany that remarkable reality. Through Christ, we have the privilege of being adopted into a family of the living God. Job questioned God about his suffering. But then, challenged by him, Job was humbled by the wonder of his Creator and his creation. Job replied, "You ask, who is this who hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore I have uttered what I did not understand, things too wonderful for me which I did not know." Job chapter 42 verse 3. I long for the wonder of God to take hold of my heart. Adopted by God, what a wonderful reality. How marvelous, how wonderful, and my song shall ever be. How marvelous, how wonderful is my Savior's love for me. That was written by Gabriel. Nothing can fill our hearts more than the wonder of our God and His love. And today's Bible read is in Job chapter 42, verse 3. I have uttered what I did not understand, things too wonderful for me, which I did not know. There you have it. How wonderful. How wonderful it is to be alive.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
It certainly is.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Allow me, master.
You know, Halloween is a very weird holiday. We're celebrating the dead like they used to, but, you know, you're celebrating the dead for the life that they lived.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Actually,
by the way, wasn't
it's
it the Catholics who came up with Halloween?
No.
Yeah, a Day of Hallows or Hallows Eve.
It's All Hallows Day.
Yeah, All Hallows
Actually,
Day.
Actually, Halloween is the day before All Hallows Day, November the 1st, or All Saints Day.
Yeah. Actually, in the Cuban, speaking of Soledad, in the Cuban world, they celebrate the dead big time. Not only that, they worship the dead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like that show, The Walking Dead. You know, they celebrate the dead. Yeah. Terrible. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it did, right. Oh, when the saints come marching in, right? Isn't that it? No?
Oh, yes.
No, I think that's another. Yeah, it's another All Saints Day. All Saints Day, I believe, is all of the miraculous saints that are now dead.
Yes.
Like Lazarus and
John,
Mark, Peter, all those guys. Yeah. Hey guys, I have to run a lot of errands. I'll be back on my show. 1 o'clock your time. Please stop, John. Chat the fun. Blah blah blah. Yes, plastic. You got it. Have a great day. I like being shot in the foot, but I appreciate your effort, Irv. All right. Well, okay. What the hell? I tried. I tried to educate you, but it's called the miseducation of Irv. Speaking of which, let's educate you some further. We have birthdays.
Yes. You know whose birthday we forgot to talk about? It was Julia Roberts' birthday. She turned 46 yesterday.
Whoop de frickin' do.
And actually, one of the members from the talk, Cheryl Underwood, the comedian, she turned 50.
Cheryl Underwood? I thought she was that singer from...
Well, whoop de frickin' do.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Whatever. We have some birthdays. Some people that you will know, by the way.
Yeah.
Some funny ones. Actually, here's one right here. Gabrielle Union. Sweet and sassy actress who starred in the first Bring It On movie and Bad Boys 2, played a role in Deliver Us from Eva with rapper LL Cool J back in 2003. She is 41 years old today.
Wow.
And Dan Castellaneta is the voice of Homer Simpson and many other characters on The Simpsons. Bart? Yes. He's 56 years old today.
Who's that?
Dan Castellaneta, excuse me. He's the voice of Homer Simpson.
Oh,
why you little?
Doggy.
Doi.
Homer, you're making me blush.
You're the greatest thing that ever happened to me, Marge.
Yeah, I never liked The Simpsons. I never did. I wasn't a big fan of that.
Wow.
I like Family Guy. I think that's a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could watch Family Guy.
I guess, yeah.
I can't watch
Simpsons have gotten more tamer.
Forever.
Yeah. They've been kind of tame compared to Family Guy. I will admit that.
Played out. All right.
Winona Ryder.
Played out. Where's she been?
Yeah, she's been in movies. A talented actress who's been in working since she was a child. Most known for in movies such as Heathers, Beetlejuice, Reality Bites, and Black Swan. She's 42 years old today.
Yeah, I agree. Time for a shot. It's hard to believe the Simpsons have been around for over 20 years.
Yeah, going on 25.
Hard to believe. No wonder we have kids killing each other. It's a horrible example.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Kate Jackson, one of the original TV's
Charlie's
Charlie's Angels. Yes, she's 65 years old today.
She still looks all right.
Yeah, for a 65-year-old. Yeah. Yeah. Richard Dreyfuss, a fussy actor who played the shark expert in Jaws and won an Oscar in his role in The Goodbye Girl.
Oh my God! I
he's
can't
60
even recognize. He looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah, he's 66 years old today.
He doesn't look anything like him.
Uh-huh. Matter of fact,
Are you sure that's him?
yeah, that is him. He just
Wow.
grew his beard out. He was also in movies like Mr. Holland's Opus, and also he played the role of Vice President Dick Cheney in the movie W, which is about the movie. And if you ever see it, I'm telling you, it's scary. The way he looks like Dick Cheney is freaking creepy, man.
Really? And
yes.
let me tell you, Dick Cheney was on the news recently about his heart condition, and his relationship with Bush wasn't what everybody thought it was. But moving on, Jaws was one of the scariest, best movies of all time. That is and it's just like there was something on television they just put out where they say that one of the creepiest movies ever made, besides The Exorcist and all that, was Night and the Living Dead, the original one.
Original, back in 60.
The original one, where it was the first time that they had, like, think about it. It was a brother killing his sister or trying to kill her, eat her. Remember when I'm coming to get you, or they're coming to get you.
Yeah.
They had the baby killing the mother in the basement.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really a creepy, cutting-edge movie. Which is why zombie movies are so popular today. It was Night of the Living Dead that set that off.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be something, man.
But Jaws is scary as hell.
Oh, yes.
I think Jaws did more for, like, alien movies.
Rather than fish.
Well, because it's a different world in the ocean, you know.
Yeah, and plus, if it wasn't for Jaws, you wouldn't have Sharknado. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pivotal movie for having a black dude as a lead.
Yeah.
A calm black dude.
Yes.
I mean, he was the most level-headed of all of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And they made sure they emphasized that. He was cool, calm, collected, and the hero.
Yes.
Although he died in the end, which was...
Just like most black guys in films, yeah.
Like always.
They call me Mr. Tibbs. So it was him and Sidney Poitier paved the way. Yeah. Jolie Fisher, who plays the role of Joyce Stark in the TV series Till Death alongside Brad Garrett, who also I think is the sister of Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars trilogy. She's 46 years old today. Also, Beth Chapman, who's the wife of Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah. She turns 46 years old today. Amanda Beard, who won 7 Olympic gold medals for swimming. She's 32 years old today.
Yeah.
The late Broadway actress, movie actress Fanny Brice was born on this day in 1891, died in 1951.
She had a big fanny, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a big girl.
American comedian, singer, theater, and film actress who was creator of the star and radio comedy series The Baby Snook Show. Matter of fact, actually, Barbara Streisand actually immortalized her. Was her Oscar-winning role in the movie Funny Girl. She.
Is that right?
Yeah, Barbara Streisand portrayed Fanny Brice in the movie Funny Girl. In her movie motion picture debut. Melba Moore, Grammy Award nominated R&B singer with hit singles "This Is It," "Love's Coming At You," and "Read My Lips." She's 68 years old today. Finola Hughes who played the role of Anna Devane on daytime soap General Hospital, as well as her twin sister on All My Children. She's 54 years old today. And one other person, Tracy Ellis Ross, actress best known for her role as the sensible, nurturing Joan Clayton on the TV series Girlfriends.
Yeah, she's the ugly daughter of Diana Ross.
Yes. I didn't want to say it, but he said, yeah.
She is. She looks like she has a thyroid condition with a bobbled out, popped out eye.
Yes, Tracy Ellis Ross.
She's a beak nose.
She's 41 years old today.
Yeah. And then, of course, the rest of her looks like Barbara Streisand. It's like Barbara Streisand Photoshop.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. And one more that's probably somebody that just thought to just throw it in. Yasmin Laban, who's Iranian-British glamour model, who was one of the successful models of the 80s, and she's the wife of Duran Duran frontman Simon Laban. She's 49 years old today.
All right, there you have
just
it.
In case
why is my picture still up?
Yeah.
Our Daily Bread is still up. It's like, here we go.
Yeah, thank you. Is it a conspiracy? That must be a conspiracy. Speaking of which, there's some story about exposingthetruth.com. There's a story that says Microsoft and Google is going to sue the U.S. federal government.
For what?
For have teamed up over their ability to release information to their customers regarding NSA activities and other companies that may be following suit.
You all had an agreement with the government. You were going to give them your shit. What's the beef here? Google and all these other Yahoo, all of it. You all had a government. You see what they're doing is double dipping. Not only do they provide the government the information that they asked for, which they agreed to, by the way, but now they're going to sue them. Against the whole idea. It's like a double jeopardy, double indemnity, whatever they call it. What do they call it? Yeah.
Double jeopardy, yeah.
Yeah, double jeopardy. This is bullshit. They have no right to sue. They agreed with the government. Yeah. It's crazy. Anyway,
wow.
There we go.
It was years ago when I was a kid. Man, but still, I mean, you don't know about the statute of limitations. I mean, unless the statute of limitations have already expired, man, then, you can go ahead.
By the way, they call him Mr. Tibbs. Wasn't that,
That was
Sidney Poitier?
Yeah, Sidney Poitier. That was like the sequel to In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah. The one I used to like was To Sir With Love, and they had two versions of that.
Oh, yeah.
They had Blackboard Jungle, the original one. Right?
And Sidney Poitier's version, I guess.
And then Sidney Poitier's version.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of...
I like Sidney Poitier's version because they had that song.
Oh, yeah. I just kind of liked it because they had like a black guy trying to be in charge of badass white kids.
Well, let me just say this. That was the first time that we saw a white girl having a crush on a black guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, on a black
like
teacher.
Mandingo came after that, right?
Yeah.
And then we had that movie that we were talking about this morning, Obsessed.
Obsessed, yeah.
With Beyonce.
Idris Elba, the actor. Yeah, and I think the Ali Lauder from she played the blonde, crazy, obsessed woman who was obsessed over Idris Elba's character. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that the media keeps talking about us spying on other countries. It's almost a treasonous to me. But in a sense, it also kind of puts the brakes a little bit for a while, because they're still going to do it. I mean, and they made it very clear that this is what we do. And the reason why we may have been spying on Merkel, the president of Germany, is because there may be some sources around her, and maybe there's information. She is, after all, the president of Germany, and maybe there's activity around her that the United States could pick up. There's all sorts of reasons they're coming up with. That's one of them.
You know what? It was funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking about like all that spying and stuff going on. Maybe it's needed.
Everybody knows.
Because
that
because if you think about it, after World War II, the United States had all those army bases. So if America didn't have all those army bases in Germany, you think Germany would be bombing the hell out of us or something like that?
Who the hell knows? All I'm saying is, We've been spying now for almost the time of this
Yeah.
country's inception. I'm sure there was spying going on in the Civil War, where everybody was spying on
Revolutionary
each
War.
other.
Revolutionary War, too.
And hanging out, and, oh yeah, he's a spy. You know, you had a Confederate soldier who was a spy. Nobody knew he was even a Confederate soldier.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure this thing has been going on for eons,
Even before there was
David
even before there was the United
spied.
States, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
King David spied.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible is filled with spies.
I mean, you talked about, Charlemagne during the Holy Roman Empire during the 8th century.
Yeah, I mean, it's biblical. It says go and spy on these guys and go see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Spy who loved me.
Yes. Yes, exactly, Miss Moneypenny. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Roger Moore. Not
Spy who loved me is keeping all my secrets safe tonight. Something like that.
something.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody
And nobody does it better than the U.S. And it does make me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half-assed good as you. Half-assed good as you. Yeah, it's half-assed. Okay. You got to read this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is another horrible story of a family who's desperate.
Trying to make some money, man.
What is she crying, that wench? Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess we got a double dose wing dang doodle for you for the 10 o'clock
keep your
hour.
friends close and your enemies close.
Yeah.
You need to know what
Especially-
your opponents know before they tell you. Correct.
Mhm.
Spying is a must if you want to run a country. Thank you.
Exactly, Saibuka. We
I
agree.
agree. I mean, we need it.
Mm-hmm.
But it can't be abusive, which is like trying to say,
Like WikiLeaks or something.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's going to be abused.
yes. Speaking of abusing something, a mother of 14 in Colombia tried to make ends meet, police say, by pushing her daughters into hell by selling their virginity for a couple of $100. Margarita de Jesus Zapata Moreno, who's
Is she Spanish?
well, yeah,
Never mind.
From-
Go ahead.
she's from Colombia, I'm guessing. She's 45, was arrested this week together with a 51-year-old contractor who police believed impregnated one of the young daughters.
That's horrible.
Yes. She broke down in tears when she stood in front of
Phone's ringing.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, she broke down in tears when she stood in front of the cameras after being arrested in Bogota, the Colombian capital. The Bogota Metropolitan Police say Miss Zapata sold the virginity of 12 daughters to much older men seeking to have sex with young virgins. Authorities say that the suspect would begin selling her daughters to men as soon as the girls turned 12 years old. She charged anywhere between 300,000 and 400,000 Colombian pesos, which is up for a virgin, which is in American money is between $160 to $212.
Sir,
No, all I had was Cheerios today.
must be that rug.
Must be, yeah. So she charged anywhere from between 300,000 and 400,000 Colombian pesos, which is 160 to 212 American dollars. And
So she was peddling her daughters like a madam.
yeah, like a madam.
They were at 12 years old.
Yeah. Authorities
When
say
they hit 12 years old, she would put them as a little horse.
yeah, basically she's getting to the guys and hey, there's grass on the field, go play ball. Something like, so to speak.
Could you imagine living in that?
That's a hard
That's a
country,
hard
man.
life.
Really hard life. Really hard life. I mean,
Wow.
authorities say that one of the suspect's daughters was forced into prostitution, gave birth to a baby boy when she was just 14, and she refused her mother's orders to have an abortion.
No, there's all sorts of abominations going on around the world. They have little kids that are being kidnapped, taken to countries where they do transplants on them. People they're doing that with. They remove their organs.
And sometimes replace them and
they
try
do
to
all sorts of shit. to
using
people.
using their bodily orifice as a way to smuggle drugs into other countries and stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
And
Well,
they
but
just yeah, they need that happen.
But what I'm saying is, there's people being kidnapped for their body organs. There's people being kidnapped for rape and child rape and slavery and all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's from
that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's from Latin America, whether it's in some parts
Taking
of
kids to
Asia,
put them in prostitution,
parts of India, Indonesia. I mean, all these little crazy places. Even unfortunately, even some places in the United States.
Yeah, and the tourism industry grows in those countries.
Yeah.
You have little boys and little girls for all these pedophiles who go there, like Thailand and the Philippines especially.
It's funny you mentioned Thailand because
and the Philippines.
There was a story about John Cryer's ex-wife wants a raise in her child support. She was getting $8,000 a month. Now she wants $90,000 a month.
Who's that?
John Cryer's ex-wife. You know John Cryer, the one who plays Alan Harper on 2.5 Men. Basically, she wants more money. Like, I don't know why, because she says she wants her son to keep up with all the other rich kids in their place in LA.
She just wants him to not be affected by the divorce. When we were together, he lived like a king, and I'm not gonna have my son now living like a pauper.
Yeah, but the thing is, $8,000 a year. I mean, $8,000 a month. I mean, come on. I mean, obviously she's trying to get it because she doesn't have any acting jobs because she hasn't had an acting job in several years, according to the press and stuff. But $90,000. I mean, you have to miss some.
You gotta watch who you marry, man. Guys are desperate. They go out. They go out. You know.
That's why I'm still single. I do not want to marry the wrong person. I mean, especially for $90,000 a month. That's $1 million a year, right there.
I guess you're gonna be a eunuch.
I ain't saying that.
I Watchdog once says people sell their body parts to pay off credit debt. There you go.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's all she's already getting now, $8,000 a month. She wants it to $90,000 a month.
$90,000.
Yeah, which is over $1 million. And she says she wants to keep up with the Joneses and to keep up with in rich kids that she's taking in the private school he's going to. Plus also some type of which was really telling on it. She wants some vacations for the kids, like summer camp, like going to a summer trip to Europe and Thailand. Now come on, what 13-year-old boy you needed that wants to go to freaking Thailand? Come on now, wow. Thailand, Europe. I can understand Paris, London, but come on, Thailand, come on. That's where you got a lot of prostitution pedophilia. Yeah, what you doing? What 13-year-old is supposed to be going to Thailand?
All those soft skin people.
Yeah, come on. That is fishy, man. Forget seafood platter. That is a seafood buffet. All you can eat $4.99.
Man, I smelled it.
The dog farted. I smelled like fart.
I stunk the whole house up.
Are you sure? Jesus.
I farted.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Rosin, isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
So help me God, Rosin.
Where's she been?
I am not kidding.
Girl, I'm so glad you came back.
I thought about you last night.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
I said, I haven't seen Rosin around on our show.
I saw your picture. I saw your face
How you
online.
been? I swear on my mama's grave.
I was getting kind of worried. I thought you were gonna be on a milk cartons. You know.
It's true.
Yeah.
I really thought about you, and I usually get up in the middle of the night, and it takes me about 10 minutes to fall asleep. If I get up, I'll start thinking. And you came to my mind. I said, I haven't seen Rosin. I wonder how she's doing. And I started thinking about your little picture on Facebook, because you put out some stuff also. Yeah. Because you were all in my dream last night too. Really? That's weird. Because that is tripping, baby. You see how connected we are on the show? I mean, from DS Photo Guy to Iraq Wildcat to Muhammad Hussein to Smell My Finger and Zappa 1 and Watchdog 1 and Time for Shot and Blue Metric. Oh, you knew. Okay. Oh, and of course, infamous Saibuki. We all think about each other once we leave the show. It's like a family, right?
Yeah.
It just happened. Yeah, must be the karma with a K.
Yes.
Or rather with a C, not a K.
Actually, it is with a K.
Yeah. Damn it, Irv, you do not dream about me? Well, here's the thing, ATT. You know, it's like I know what Rosalind Nicole looks like. I know what Sabuki looks like. He's one of my Facebook friends. I love some of the shit he puts out. It's so British.
Yeah. By the way, I
dry
love
humor
the
from
I love the
Brit.
tits and teeth that you put on my page, Sabu. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. But AT&T, I still, you gotta be my Facebook friend. I need to look at your face. I know what these guys look like. Maybe not Mad Dog. Maybe not Smell My Finger. Maybe not Watchdog 1, but hey, you know, the rest of these guys, I know what they look like. I can't dream of a name. I've got a dream of a person. Like, I know what Rosalind Nicole looks like. Yeah, that's her name. And there's my dog. There's Axel. Isn't he beautiful?
To my forbidden
Oh,
dream.
hey, don't tell me that. There's shit in the hallway for me. Oh, Lord.
Good morning.
I gotta clean up
There's
after
a
that
shit in the
dog.
hall for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Yes.
new puppy too. Cool.
Yeah, that last.
Yeah, we miss
yeah.
you, Rosalind. You,
Yeah.
you have not been around for a while. It's good to have you
Yes, so I was just saying that last one I said, I forbid you dream about me. I said, not even if you're surrounded by senadoras. But
Yeah, why don't you cast ATT? Come up with a show. Everybody should come up with their own show.
oh yeah,
That way we always have a place to go.
that's a
Yurak
good-
has his cooking show.
Mhm.
Plastic Canvas just got her show.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
you're right. Since it is getting closer, getting the seasons are getting colder, we need to make a simulcast or something. You know, maybe hopefully be able to record it and have like a special winter's type cooking or something. You know, have me do some cook some traffic light chili or something. You know, for those who want to like have nice hearty hot meals. You know, during the colder months. You know.
Party, hot meal.
Yeah.
Let me just say this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I could smell the fart, and it smells like a human fart. Are you sure, Ed, that it's your dog? Blame it on the poor dog.
I'll be honest with you, Irv. I came back in when the phone rang, and when you walked away, that's when I smelled it.
I knew.
So,
No.
I'm saying.
So help me. It's,
Axel trying to back up. Axel, back it up when you said
Are
it.
you
Jamal.
eating Axel's food?
no.
Axel, did you do it? He's
Yeah, I think it was that piece of egg sandwich I gave Axel yesterday. It's backing up on it. North Snack is on.
Guten
better late
Tag,
than never,
North
baby.
Snack.
All right, we
All
got
right.
Word Terrific and the other one.
who said it first? Had some crazy.
Dream, you ignorant slut.
Some crazy. Speaking of something that's really
Yeah.
crazy,
Okay. By your act, I hope everything goes well. Dad's broke down. Okay.
yes.
His
okay.
car. Bye,
Speaking-
brother. Thanks for stopping.
Talking about what does the Fox say? What does Tiger say about this? EA Sports, Electronic Arts Sports, EA Sports, it's in the game. Of course, you know that's the huge video game company, ends its relationship with Tiger Woods. Golf video games are going to look a lot different now that EA Sports have officially parted ways with Tiger Woods. Eric Fisher of Sports Business Journal broke the news, which concludes an extremely successful partnership that helped boost both brands and enhance the cool factor of the sport. Eric Fisher, he tweeted, EA discontinuing the relationship with Tiger Woods after 15 plus years. Company now working on next generation golf title without him. Then he adds, EA statement in part, we've always been big fans of Tiger and we wish him continued success in all his future endeavors.
Wow.
I mean, granted-
It broke up.
Yes.
Hey, maybe we get Axel a pair of those fart underwear.
Yeah.
Talking about one with the filters?
Yeah, fart filtering underwear.
Yeah. That's great, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We ought to order it.
Yes, that should be good.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they do have one more game. I guess this is the last one before they break up.
I thought we were done with sports.
But it was just something
What
that just
the
happened.
fuck, man?
It just popped in. It was breaking news, man.
Wow.
It says Tiger Woods PGA Tour 14 will be the final one of the EA Sports collection of it. So what they're gonna do now?
Freaking do. I'm more interested in that relationship that just broke up between him and his wife.
To my EA Sports or his ex-wife?
The one that you just said they
EA Sports.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, even when he had that scandal back in 2009, EA Sports stuck with him, continuing to use Woods in their golf video game franchise that launched in his name. However, the focus in most recent editions of the game have been less on Woods. That has to at least part due to his dominance diminishing slump in the major championships. His last major win was in the 2008 U.S. Open. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11 marked the first time Woods wasn't the only golfer featured on the game's cover. In 2010 release, opted to have a Ryder Cup angle, choosing Rory McIlroy to represent Europe as Woods' cover mate.
All right. Well,
But
Tiger Woods. He's got a lot of money. He can retire and live fine.
well, yeah, that's true.
You got 3 minutes.
Even though a lot of people said, well, they'll probably make since they got rid of him on the golf, it's going to be as popular as WNBA now.
All right, next, Derek. We got to go 2 more segments here before we close out shop.
We can go ahead and do that.
Let's
Word
do it.
origins.
Word origin.
Word origins.
Oh, we played that the other day, that commercial.
Yeah.
Where the girl gets in the car and farts. And they say, hi, have y'all met? Oh, we sure did.
Wow.
Our word for the
That's
day.
a beeper company in New York. Give the word.
The word
I
is.
remember one time when I farted on the subway and it filled up the whole damn car. And I was pretending that it wasn't me. I was pretending it was somebody else next to me. It's hysterical. It was like one of
Well,
those
of course it's gonna fit. It's
rancid, very pungent, purified, almost leaving a cloud, and he used to follow me everywhere.
Word. Give me
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
Stop interrupting her.
compared to most potpourri scented farts.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I ate.
Word for the day is.
Yeah, I was blaming
You
everyone.
need to see
You know
a
what?
doctor for that.
It doesn't matter how old you
Meanwhile,
are.
it's me. It was me.
When you hear the sound of a fart, it makes you giggle.
Yeah.
You just can't
I'm just
help
saying.
it, no matter how old you are.
Sometimes you need to see a doctor, which is the word for the day.
When
Doctor.
you hear a fart,
The show's starting to stink. Oh, go ahead.
Doctor, doctrine, and document all go back ultimately to the Latin verb docere, which means to teach. D-O-C-E-R-E, docere. This in turn was a descendant of an Indo-European based
you
doc,
see a doctor.
doc, D-O-K, D-E-K, dec, which also produced Greek dokien, seen or think, source of English dogma, orthodox and paradox, and diskadein means to learn in Greek, source of English didactic, and Latin decere, befitting or suitable. Source of English decent, decorate, and dignify, and dexter. Source of the English word dexterous. Latin, which based on that, doctor was derived from doctus, the past participle of docere, and came into English via Old French docteur, D-O-C-T-O-U-R. It originally meant teacher, and the main modern sense of medical practitioner, although sporadically recorded in Middle English, did not become firmly established until the late 16th century.
Wow. This is the word that's always misused. Everybody wants to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Remember?
Latin doctrina, teaching, learning, a derivative of a Latin doctor produced English doctrine. Latin documentum, which directly came from docere, which means lesson, but in medieval Latin, its signification had passed through written instruction to official paper. English acquired it as a document. The derivative documentary is 19th
Dr.
century.
Conrad Bain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, from different strokes.
Let me tell you, you talk about doctors that are crooked. There's a friend of mine that I used to, when I was living up in Lilburn, I would take him to rehab. But also, he was on a lot of medication. So it was almost like he was in rehab, but he had to be on the medication. And he had this doctor that he would go to, and I would drive him there occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd come down, and my friend wouldn't show me what the doctor had given him, because I know for a fact, based on the way that he would get the medicine, he was on OxyContin big time.
Yes.
And that doctor overprescribed him OxyContin, Percocet, all the shit. And, called it like psychotic medicine, but it really wasn't. It was more like OxyContin and drugs.
Yeah.
You sign off on it. So after a while, I told his father, I said, I'm not going to drive him anymore. I'm driving him to that doctor who's a drug addict, or rather a drug dealer.
Yes.
To your son who's hooked on these drugs.
Right, right.
So anybody can call themselves a doctor, doesn't mean they're doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Reverend Pat. Yeah, that's another one. Reverend. That's not even in the Bible. There's no such thing as a reverend. Where is that? Where is that in the Bible? Is that even biblical? It's a man-made word. You're supposed to be in reverent of him. Yeah, in reverent. In today's age, that means he's got the nice car and the women, and he's banging and using the money, and yeah, that's what people are reverent
or
about.
sometimes dudes, if you ate it, Bishop ate alone.
Yeah, sketchy doctors known as quacks, and
yeah.
so we got quack reverends or pastors.
Like Dr. Phil, Dr. Drew, Dr. Pepper, a whole lot of.
Yeah.
But anyway, who said this first right here? This is a weird one right here. Mondegreen.
Flag.
Mondegreen? Lyrics have been...
I never said it. You ever say it?
No, I never. This is the first time I've heard of this. Mondegreen. Lyrics have been misheard as long as there have been songs. There was the child puzzle by him about gladly the cross-eyed bear, or the people who sing my body lies over the ocean instead of my body lies over the ocean. And a fall of God, rest ye merry gentlemen. Until 1954, this phenomenon didn't have a name. The writer Sylvia Wright confessed in Harvard's magazine that for years that she had felt sorry for the Bonnie of Earl's what was it? The Bonnie of Earl's wife. Miss Wright's article suggested a tide of recognition. Basically, it's just whenever she heard the song told how they had slain the Earl of Moray and Lady Mondegreen. A kind friendly eventually explained the entire misfortune that was solely the Earl's that laid him on the green. Miss Wright's article on the subject released a tide of recognition in a public who had experienced precisely the same conclusion with other songs. Some had convinced that Rudolph was teased by a female fellow worker. Olive, the other reindeer, used to laugh and call him names. Others that Bob Dylan was singing, "The Ants Are My Friends, They're Blowing in the Wind," or that the Beatles were saying, "She's got a chicken to ride." And that was well-known bridge was not over troubled water, but after all, troubled Walter.
And it covers a lot.
So basically, the word mondegreen settled firmly in the language in academic terms. A mondegreen is closely related to a homonym where two different words are spoken with much the same sound. Basically, a mondegreen, which is, I guess, another way for saying something that meant to say something else, but it sounds like the same. It's a homonym, but people get messed up.
Yeah, like I need a money for green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bridge over troubled Walter.
I'm thinking about like the Halloween and this time of year that's kind of odd because you have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all banging together like a car crash. They all come together. Now, there are songs for each one of these holidays.
Think it's time for a shot. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Halloween you got...
Halloween you would have
Monster
Mash and A Werewolf in London. Werewolf.
I got the original from the 30s.
Do you?
Yeah.
Werewolf in London? No shit.
I give it to
We'll
you.
play it on tomorrow's show when we have time. We're almost done. It's 11:05.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a Mondegreen time.
Oh,
I got
yes.
shit to do today.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of. Yeah, matter of fact, because you know what tomorrow is. Guess what day is?
Yes, it is.
It's Hump Day.
It's Hump Day.
Do we have that? They have that remix of Hump Day. We could play that for tomorrow.
Well, you know, I gotta say something. I'm sure a lot of people on Facebook, there was a thing going around about a riddle. And if your friend would put a riddle up, you know, and if you guessed it right, you know, you didn't have to do anything. If you got it wrong, you have to change the picture to a giraffe. Then the story was circulating that by changing your picture to a giraffe, you're allowing these hackers to get in. It was a fucking joke, man. I tell you. Everybody turned their pictures to goddamn giraffes.
Wow, yeah. Wow.
Says friends do not let friends Facebook.
That's pretty much a long, like the giraffe, long neck.
Yeah, long neck.
Yeah, it's a long neck.
Anyways, we are wrapping it up.
Yes, wrapping it up like a mummy.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, ATT Diaz Photo Guy. Thank you, Rosalind Nicole.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for coming back. Yes.
Too much.
Too much. Blue Medic, Hoodie 420.
Wrong week to quit drinking.
Irv, Mad Dog 1968, Muhammad Hussein, Nordschnack, Dankeschön for coming. Smell My Finger, Time for a Shot, V-Twin, Watchdog 1, Zappa 1. Also,
Did you say V-Twin?
V-Twin, yeah.
Yeah, V-Twin.
And also, thank you for Tower of London, who was here earlier, and also Saibuki, who was also here. And,
don't forget tomorrow's Hump Day.
yes.
Show up.
See you tomorrow.
Make sure you come. Coming on Hump Day. You know, that is catchy. Bye, Irv.
Yeah.
What the fuck say?
We'll see you tomorrow.
What the F did you say? It's classic. I hate to say, those things are like penises. Look at that.
As
Their
Derek
heads
moves
bouncing around.
slowly away
Especially
from
that
Derby,
little one.